What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning to you as we start our new day as the official bad boys of the JohnnyE Media Group. Let's fucking go! Woo! They try to silence us, but they can't, so we come from a secret underground location to fucking broadcast like pirates. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Smack Attack. As always, it is your boy, the outlaw JohnnyE, with his badass criminal friend, Jimmy T. Welcome to the Smack Attack, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. I'm still in shock after last week that our bad boy guest got us barred from JohnnyE Media Group. That sucks, man. But we are here on the PWC network and on HMG via the Twitch. And the only reason why we're there is because most of the listeners already know the PWC network. Hence why I said let's go over there, because if we went anywhere else, they might have not found us. So we're here though, nevertheless.
Here we are. Yes. So, hey, look, okay. So please excuse me for a minute.
Oh.
We're about to talk some shit. All right, here we go. First of all, to the platform that the HMG YouTube channel normally is on, I say this: fuck you for what you censor and everything along those lines. The last I thought, we lived in a free country where you could do what you want. By the way, it's okay to talk about your government and things and the wrong things that they do, because that's how we change and make change in our government and things along those lines. So if you don't believe in that, why are you here? If we're willing to ban TikTok for certain things, let's ban all social media, because everybody's selling our shit. Everybody's doing our shit. The only reason is the government is not getting their portion from TikTok. So that's why this is happening. Let's be honest, 100%. Let's go and do that. So all of these can't be, oh, well, these are good. No, they're all doing the same thing. The only problem is the American government is not getting their portion from TikTok. So let's do that. And we're not here to talk about the TikTok. We're here to talk about the fact that even our own government now has says treat this awful thing that we had like the flu now. And so we're doing that yet. And we're finding out, oh, hey, these things that we gave you to make it better, they're really not so great. But hey, let's not talk about that. Let's put our head in the fucking sand. Let's not do that. Hey, be right, be free, talk about the things you want to talk about. And if you can't allow that, hey, by the way, our government just said, yes, in court, that politicians can ban you from their social media if you talk about them and they don't like what you hey. Be an adult. Don't listen to something, scroll on, and if you have to, even block it. But don't give anybody the right to tell you what to do and not to do. I know it's a private company. I know they can do whatever they want. That's cool. Fine, whatever. But here's the point. The point is that people in general, we as citizens, deserve the right to talk about what we want to talk about. We have the right to say those kind of things, even if it's kooky, like we believe that aliens live up our butts and that's how we poop. It says they mine the poop and they put it in the toilet and then it goes off to somewhere. It goes to a processing plant, but that's so that the aliens can get fuel and make money off of that. Look, if you have that kooky belief, you have a right to say that. It's weird. Look, I'm sorry, Jimmy. I had to put on my Texas hat and talk about freedom, and it pisses me off. Like, people talk about Elon and X and how terrible it is, but at least he's allowing you to voice your opinion, and do what he wants. We saw that this week, right? Don Lemon wanted to come on and interview him. He allowed it because he was on X. And he says, I don't have to answer that. Cool. We don't have to do this because it's his right as a person to say or not to say what he wants. And then he proceeds to cancel Don Lemon's show, which is the ultimate power move. But still, the fact of the matter that our government says it's okay for politicians to block people on social media, meaning that we can be responsible enough for a politician to go, you know what? I don't want to hear this. That's fine. There's other ways to talk to your politician. You can email them. You can message them if you want a politician change. But a politician can do that. And by the way, I wore this cowboy hat, Todd Brantley, because I went line dancing last night with my girlfriend. So yeah. And their kid, so and their kid's boyfriend. So it is not Halloween. It's a real thing. So and yeah, Retro Rocket. Those are tiny aliens, are bacteria from the bacterium world. So, but I also want to say this: I'm thankful for a platitude or a platform like Channel Attitude, where we're allowed to do these kind of things. We're allowed to speak our mind. I'm thankful for Ben Hameen and, of course, yesterday's birthday boy, Ray, Big Ray Hernandez, who allow us to be on this platform and allow us to say our things. They also, allow us to make mistakes, and we're thankful for that. That, Ben didn't say, fuck you, get out of here. It was, all right, well, this is what we have to deal with, and Ray was, nice as well. So it
was Ray's birthday, by the way, yesterday?
Yesterday was Ray's birthday, yes. So.
Oh, shit, happy birthday, my brother. Fuck, yes, I didn't even realize, man.
Happy birthday to Big Ray. We love you very much. Okay, there. We're gonna take that off. But yes, thank you to Vince Russo. Thank you to everybody involved with Channel Attitude. Thank you for everybody at Hameen Media Group for allowing this show to be what it's going to be and allowing the platform to be what it's going to be. I just feel like that, as we continue to face persecution for wanting to say what we want to say, we continue to be bastions for allowing things to happen. So, Jimmy, thank you for that rant. I didn't tell you I was going to rant, but I kind of was on a mini rant, and I was like, nope, I want to rant for a little bit.
Please. I loved it.
Yeah, but I'm also thankful to everybody in the chat today and all the listeners who are here. You guys make this show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us in everything that we do. And thank you for putting up with my shenanigans sometimes. So you guys also make this show. We want this to be, as we say, this show is about the people. It's about y'all. Jimmy and I are regular Joes. We're not wrestlers. We're not in the business. We're not anything along those lines. We're just here to talk about you guys and what you want to talk about. So Gammers Wolfers, what's up? Homeboy88 is in the house too. Retro Rocket, as always. Lab Rat is here as well. Zane Vicious, my new follower friend on Twitter. And, of course, the Comment King, Todd Brantley, is here as well. And he says, I'm thankful for you guys calling a spade a spade. Yes, we're not calling a spade a hoe. We're not calling a rake a hoe. But technically you can. Apparently those are interchangeable words. Did you know that, Jimmy? Did you know that if you want to call a woman of ill repute, what would you normally call her?
A bitch?
No, well, no. A woman who's been with multiple guys. Let's put it that way. What would you call her normally?
Well, a slut?
Or a gardening tool.
A hoe?
Yes, a hoe. But did you know that term can also... but before the word hoe was used, the word rake was used. Did you know that, Jimmy?
No, I didn't actually.
Yes.
A rake?
Yeah, a rake.
Interesting.
I learned this from Jeopardy. I was watching Jeopardy one night, and
really?
it was Kim Jennings was hosting, and it was three people, and one guy said hoe, and of course everybody's laughing, but it says of gardening tools to talk about a woman of ill repute, and he says hoe, and they beep it and they say no, and everybody's kind of going like, wait, what? And then it says no, it's a rake. It was like, oh, so I went looked it up, and it was very interesting. Look, I love words and etymology. English is one of my minors. English and history are my minors, and so it's very cool that I learned something cool about that.
I see what you did there, Todd.
Yeah. Sunny woman. Yeah, we look more like plumbers and bus drivers. Okay, fine. Either way, that's okay. That's all right. You're just jealous of my new shirt, And
you're jealous of my tan,
right? Yeah, because it's summer for you, and it's whatever here for us. Whatever we're calling this, I can't call it spring in Texas because it's all fucked up.
Why? What is it? Is it cold or is it hot?
Well, it was so it was hot. Then it rained, and now it's cool again. Like
sounds like here.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. Well, true. She definitely belongs there. She should have been there a while back. But let's be honest. So Anyway, now that we've got that mini rant over, Jimmy, let's talk some news this week before we get into the Smack Attack. There's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about, and if there's anything I'm going to talk about after. The first thing I feel like, because we are New Japan fans, how about this? Let's talk about the firing of Kevin Kelly from AEW. I don't know if you've seen anything about this.
I did. I spoke about it on the wreckage.
Oh, did you?
With the vet. Yeah, we did. And look, man, I just want to say one thing.
Okay.
I don't like the fact that he did get fired, but he needed to shut the fuck up. Let's be honest. I mean, you don't come out publicly and say what you say like he did. I mean, that was a bit silly of him. So I understand why he did get fired, but it was weird nevertheless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest too, right? I mean, it's not like they were utilizing very much. He was probably unhappy. And think about this, Jimmy, if he gets fired, he gets to collect unemployment on a very hefty salary that he was making. You know, and he continues to get paid and finish out his contract regardless of quitting. So
that's to pay him out, don't they? Basically, right?
Yeah, right. Whereas if he quits, there's not the same thing. So who's to say that he didn't send that tweet out knowing he would probably get fired and be like, ching, 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 ching. And then guess what? He doesn't have to go to New Japan. He doesn't he can do whatever he wants now. You know? Now, I liked Kevin Kelly. I thought he was great, especially in New Japan. But the way New Japan does their broadcasting for English commentary, it's literally like three guys watching a match and having a conversation. It'd be like me and you watching a wrestling show and being the commentators on it, right, Jimmy? Like,
no, you're right, for sure.
Two bros having fun, talking about wrestling that's in front of them. Like, and that's how it kind of works with the New Japan broadcast. With AEW, it's a lot different. We got to insert this promo here. We've got to do this here. And then, of course, Kevin Kelly was being moved around. Now, you know, also saying the things he said about Ian Riccaboni. You know, that
was very unprofessional, John.
It was very unprofessional. It's hard to believe. Like, I can see it in a way because everybody says Ian Riccaboni is a very nice guy. But nice guys they can also be snakes in the grass too, right?
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
I think it's, but I don't think that's something you do before you get fired. Let's be honest. That's something you maybe bring out after, and you don't have, you know, I don't know. It's wild, Jimmy. It's a whole like level of drama that I never expected, especially out of someone like Kevin Kelly. You know, I don't know if you listened to the Super J Cast, but yearly he would make an appearance on the Super J Cast at the beginning of the year, and he would talk about New Japan and wrestling, and he'd sit down for like 30 minutes with Joel and Damon and talk about it. And he seemed like a very, you know, nice, you know, reasonable man. And like he addressed his leaving New Japan, like, yeah, I just felt like it was a time for a change, and I wanted to be home more because of my family and, you know, things along those lines. And so but let's be honest too, Jimmy. How would you handle having Tony Khan in your ear jabbering away like a stoned out cokehead while you're trying to do commentary?
Oh, dude, if he was telling, like, just say all the commentators and he was producing us,
yeah,
and he was telling us just crap,
yeah,
nah, I wouldn't be able to handle it straight up. But does he sit there though in the ears of all the commentators? I'm not sure that he does.
Well, he's in Gorilla and he's running the show, so yeah, he's got to be. You know, I mean,
right?
You know, I mean,
think he leaves that. I'm pretty sure Shivani's the one that's running all that shit, though, man.
Shivani's on screen a majority of the time.
That's true. But does he really need to tell Shivani what to say and what to do? I don't know. Like,
who knows? Who knows? Like, look, Jimmy, we all know that AEW is a clusterfuck. I mean, let's look at Wednesday night, right? You know, let's talk about, you know,
the CEO,
Mercedes Moné. I mean, yeah. Like they were at 7,000. Didn't advertise her on the show. Didn't do any promotion saying she was actually going to be there. It was rumored and everything until
I know, but it was pretty easy to figure out. Come on,
right. But that day she tweets something out, and they go from 7,000 tickets sold to 9,000 tickets sold. So her Twitter announcement brings in what, extra 2,000 tickets?
No. You know? Look, that was sold on the basis of Mercedes Moné. Even if
Right.
The people that did buy the tickets knew she was coming. Believe me.
But that's what I'm saying though. Her tweeting out about the show that night, right? They were at 7. Like this is documented. They show this on like
TikTok. Right. No, you're right.
Her tweeting after that tweet, it only adds another 2,000 tickets, right? And then they got a boost, $7.98, for their viewership, but then it tanked by the main event with no idea that she was not going to be there. No, it was bad.
That was an understatement, dude. The first hour started hot too, man. I was enjoying the show for once.
Right.
By the second hour, it was typical.
Yeah, but like, how is it that you don't even say like, okay, so cool, she's not wrestling, right? You introduce her, she's going to be there. Let's say this, and she announces the main event. Hey, and I'm going to have an eye on this main event. It looks real. Why do you not have her say that? Why do you not cut back to her at like the middle, at the transition point, right? To say, hey, I'm really looking forward to this main event later that I was able to introduce, and to see the great talent in AEW's women's division, and the fact that we're main eventing this show, this big business, it's big business, something to tease the fact that Mercedes Moné is gonna be there towards the end, right? Why not tease that? Why not? Like, it's like, come on, like really, 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 come on, like so. There's lots of issues going on. I mean, let's be honest. There's a pattern to AEW. People come in, people leave. A lot of times there's more issues of the people leaving than people just leaving, right? I mean, remember Swole, right? When she was there, right. and then like it's all of a sudden yeah. I know, but like
TK got racist, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, there's all these different, like, are they warranted or not? But like, look, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, people leaving and not speaking positively about your company says something. Meaning, there's something going on. There's something goofball over there, and it's just, I don't know, Jimmy. The business of wrestling is great, but it just feels like AEW keeps missing on that business. Like, they called that show Big Business. It was a regular Wednesday night, Jimmy. Let's be honest. It was a Wednesday night Dynamite that we called Big Business.
John. Come on.
Right. It was mid-business at best, Jimmy.
Nice.
Yeah, it was mid-business at best. And so, there's a lot to be excited for as wrestling fans, Jimmy. Let's be honest right now. As a wrestling fan in general, and I don't wish ill on AEW, MLW, WWE, whatever. I'm here to watch wrestling, and I want to watch wrestling that's intriguing. The problem is with AEW, they're not doing the right things. They're doing either just enough, or they have these hits and then they don't capitalize.
Right.
That's like, how do you miss that? How do you miss that? So I don't know.
Well, in his eyes, he would have thought definitely Big Business. And hear the song in the background, you would have thought it was Walter coming out. That's what's ironic, right? But it wasn't. Right. It was Mercedes Moné. So let's all just CEO.
Wait.
Yo.
Hang on, let me keep it going for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I haven't heard it all.
Oh, haven't you? I'll watch.
Okay.
My heel, but never skipped a step. Heard our heel, got the women press. Look, I'm top tier. All the standards set.
How about this? The start of that sounds very American male-ish. You remember the American males?
Yeah, of course. American males. Of course, it's classic, bro. Buff Bagwell and Scotty Riggs.
Yeah, like
let's play that one more time. Actually, that start. But it's Walter.
American males. American males. American males. American males.
No.
American males. American males.
Scotty, shout out to Scotty Riggs and Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, I know, right? Off the stuff.
No, man.
Look.
That is gold.
I heard she made this interest music. It's her own, whatever.
That's her, Bustin'?
Yeah, supposedly, like she made all this. Like, cool. I like props to her for that, right? But like, at the end of the day, what's a bigger name, Jimmy? Mercedes Moné, who's been off for over 10 months, hasn't
2
really been
years,
heard
bro.
from. Well, no,
2 years from national television, anyway.
Right. But I'm talking about like wrestling in general.
Right, yeah, because of ankle injury.
10 months or so, right, since New Japan and all that. But what if, like, and this sounds weird, Sasha Banks is more marketable than Mercedes Moné, right? Just name recognition wise, right? But then on top of that, if you're trying to rebrand yourself and you're off for 10 months and nobody heard from you, what good does this do?
Look, you're right. I agree with you. But let's be honest. I mean, she felt like a big deal, dude, when she made her entrance. I'm not going to lie. And you know me, I bash AEW all the time. And I don't want to be, but I do. But I'll give him credit. Like, when she came out, she felt like a big deal. The whole crowd doing the CEO thing. And I'll be honest, I felt that CEO shit was a little cheesy at first, right?
Right.
But then I watched it a second time and I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm starting to dig it.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, she hasn't been around for 10 months. But as far as her, you know, I still think she's a big deal. Whether she's a big deal in terms of ratings, she clearly didn't do that because it wasn't big business for television. They only drew 800,000, dude. They still can't get more viewership. You know what I mean? So is she the one to bring them up? I doubt it. And on top of that, let's see how long she's happy for, because I'm telling you now, don't be surprised if the women in that locker room end up getting heat on Mercedes.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be the one ruling that women's division, whether they like it or not. She's the one that's going to get that belt straight off Toni Storm as soon as possible. I'm telling you. Yeah. And she's going to hold that thing for God knows how long. Who's going to be the one to beat her?
I mean, anybody who's over 115 pounds, let's be honest. Like, but you know, I don't disagree with you, Jimmy, at that aspect. But here's my issue, right? One, is she deserving? You know, right? You know, is she deserving of that adulation, or is it because of her name and like? Yeah, she was one of the 4 horsewomen in WWE. Okay, cool. You know, I don't know. But like, I like what Todd said up here earlier, where he said, we're talking about, you know, yes, that one. People hate on AEW all day, but not even bother to watch anything else. And I agree. That's why I was saying earlier, Todd, that like, you and I, Jimmy, we watch other things. We're fans. We watch wrestling. You know, absolutely. I go to independent shows locally here because I like wrestling. We do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, buddy. Did I leave my hairbrush in there? Yes, here is your hairbrush. Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, that'll be a copyright strike, and I can't, have that. Yeah. All right. So I didn't sing the whole. I only sang 5 seconds, so that's fine.
Just don't mention the koof koof.
Right? Yeah, the vid. Shit. So, and I mean, it's hard, but like Jimmy, let's be honest. Again, because of these announcements and bring-ins or whatever, it's hard to not feel like, as Arzul says, she's not the new flavor of the month. Right? Like, what staying power will there be? Like, Okada already feels like a flavor of the month. How is it you start him off in a 6-man with the Young Bucks? Like, I get it. You're establishing the all-new all-elite or all-new elite, but, like, it's fucking Okada. Like, you have him in a 6-man match with local talent? Like,
local talent. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, no, that's what it was.
You're right. No, you're right. You're spot on.
What? Like, I get it. Okay, well, how would you debut him? Like, I would have something other than local talent. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, flavor of the week, because Okada wasn't even a month. We already have Mercedes Moné. Look, Labrat, I probably wouldn't disagree with you. And then here you have Ospreay coming in and wrestling Kyle Fletcher, wrestling, Takeshita, wrestling and putting on banger matches, right? I mean, Ospreay has had a look. Let's be honest, talent and look and feel wise and match wise, he's already outshone Okada and Mercedes with his debut.
Are you serious, bro?
Yes, 100%, bro. Like, he's fucking like you can't like he's already establishing himself as the best New Japan talent to be on AEW. Like, he's already done that. Like, he's had some matches already that have been
you're
really
right.
good.
Absolutely, 5-star bangers from the Uncle Meltzer, right? But that's actually a fact. He did say 5 stars with Cole Fletcher the week before, big business. Right. But I want to point out also, but all these guys draws. Let's be honest, John. I mean, we're fans of these guys,
right?
But are they draws?
They're draws to the true wrestling fans, right? It's outside of that, it's
So for the marks, it's a draw.
Right. They're draws for the marks, but but obviously Mercedes Moné isn't a draw, Jimmy. Let's be honest. Like, who in wrestling is a draw?
Honestly,
yeah.
The only ones that would make the needle move for them, if they brought in someone like a Brock Lesnar, say, John Cena, The Rock, Roman Reigns, heck, maybe Randy Orton. That's about it. Stone Cold, right? That's a whole different kettle of fish. Now we're talking. Yeah. If you want to go there, then Undertaker, those type of names are your draws that will move the needle. CM Punk was a draw for them.
Yeah.
They haven't had the numbers since he's been there. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right. So
whether you like him or not,
right? Whether you like him or not. Mercedes Moné. Heck, if Cody Rhodes came back right now, he'd be a draw. I dare say. I'm being dead serious too. So, there really isn't much that they could do to have an actual draw. Now, he would think that Mercedes Moné is a draw. But the only thing she drew was that shit on her hair, bro.
Right. She's the draw of Sasha Banks. She's not as Mercedes Moné, because a lot of people still don't understand that's who she is now. Right? Because
but
because
look,
Jimmy,
I won't say that though.
When she left WWE, she was Mercedes Ferraro or whatever out there, and then she went to New Japan, and then became Mercedes Moné, and it's hard to not feel like she's doing the whole Johnny Wrestling, Johnny TNA, Johnny Impact, it's hard not to feel that.
Sasha Dynamite.
Yeah, Sasha Dynamite. Like, she's, because she says I'm this thing now, but she's depending on people to know this, and the people who know it are us, the wrestling fan, right? People outside of wrestling don't know, who that is, who Mercedes Moné is. They won't oh wait, I thought that was Sasha Banks. They might see it and go, oh, I thought that was Sasha Banks. Oh, okay. And so this is where the issue becomes, Jimmy. We have these.
I agree. She kind of does look like Snoop.
But if you're gonna brand yourself, you need to be out there. You need to be visible. You need to, even if you're not wrestling, you need to be making connections. You need to be showing up on things. Look, and I'm gonna say this, right? I may not have been a fan of Top Dollar on WWE program. I will say that, but you can't deny, since his second release, the dude is out there. The dude is putting his face out there. He's putting his name out there. He's showing up on, big Saturday football shows. He's showing up on these things, and he's making a name for himself. He's doing the kind of the Matt Cardona thing of letting people know who he is, and this is who I am, and, all that kind of stuff. But that's the way it should be done, right? That's the way you should be doing it. You should be out there making people see you and recognize who you are and what you're doing.
But he's Top Dollar a draw, though.
No, he's not. But what I'm saying, she has connections. He has connections. Why is she not at music events? Why is she not at sporting events? Why is she not here and there? He's doing it, and he's not a draw. That's what I'm saying. So he can go to a GCW show and bring in a rapper that people are going to be like, oh, shit, cool, right? That brings a little pop to that show or whatever. But why is it Mercedes, who is infinitely more known and has bigger connections, why can't she do that? Why is she not
She doesn't
showing
give
up
a
at these
shit, bro.
Exactly.
She doesn't give a fuck.
That's the
Please.
point, Jimmy.
Look at her, dude. She was in the middle of the ring. It was all about her, bro. Like, it felt like, look at me. I want the attention. Like,
right.
Do you know what I mean? And that was annoying. Like, even like she's just pouncing around. Like, she pretty much stripped. You know what I mean? In her first segment. By the last segment, she was wearing completely different clothes, like a weirdo. like what's she changed for? You know what I mean? But
yeah,
look, man. How long is it going to be until she's not happy in this company? That's one.
Oh, not very long. She didn't last a year in New Japan, Jimmy. She did not last a year in New Japan.
But I don't think it was because of happiness. She actually enjoyed her time in Japan. She really did.
Really, Jim? Then why is she not there?
Because of money. Money, John.
No,
come
Jimmy.
on.
Like, that means you're not happy. If you're really happy, you make the money work. Period.
She's been there, done that now, dude. She won the championship. She done what she had to do, and now time to move on. It is what it is.
That's not happy, Jimmy. Look, Jimmy, I've been doing my job for 6 years. I've had opportunities to take other jobs for significantly more money, and I haven't done it because I love my job. I enjoy what I do. The money works. I make the money work. So if you're going to say
about Mercedes here, bro,
I know, but like that's what I'm saying. You can't say because she loves it. Because she loved New Japan. If she loved New Japan, she would say, Will Ospreay loved New Japan. He made it work. The guy moved to Japan to keep wrestling there, right? I mean, you can't tell me he didn't love New Japan and what he sacrificed for the company. We are
on YouTube. By the way, Sonic the Hedgehog. Go to the PWC network.
Yeah. And
all right, you'll see it there live.
It was because of this guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
that guy.
Outlaw JohnnyE. That's right. You know, bringing on my guest, Seth Jones. And
also Chris Whelan brings up an interesting point I forgot to mention earlier. He brought up how it's ironic that they suspended Guevara right before she debuts. Do you think he's in trouble?
Well, here's my question, Jimmy. Even more than that, is this something she mandated?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Is she in trouble? I mean, is he in trouble? Is he done now with AEW because of Mercedes?
He could be.
That sucks. If that's the case. Oh, and also, Ricky Starks has apparently signed a multi-year deal with WWE, by the way.
What?
Yes.
When?
As of today, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Now, mind you, this is the same T-Cat that said, "Oh no, he's still under contract, folks." Is he?
Yeah. so yeah. Let's see this. WWE has signed, like, let's be honest, this is free agent season, right? It's free agent season. So AEW got Okada.
Yes.
WWE got Tama Tonga, which whatever on that.
We don't know that for a fact yet.
It's heavy speculation that they have signed.
Right, but it's not a done deal yet.
It's not a done deal.
We're speculating.
Right, we're speculating. But now they're taking Ricky Starks.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's a pretty
Starks. Bring in Big Bill as well, and then we can have you know, you can't teach that. You can come out with the Enzo theme. That'll be funny.
Yeah. Well, hey, by the way, we need more rain. It's about to rain. So
likewise.
We're gonna get a thunderstorm here. Jimmy, AEW is whatever it is. But let's talk about this, Jimmy. Monumental change in WWE and in this. I don't know if you saw this or not. Every WreslteMania, Josh Barnett has his blood sport.
I did see. Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler is gonna be So Labrat, I was getting ready to transition to that. Yes, Shayna Baszler is gonna be wrestling at GCW Bloodsport for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Jimmy, if this is not a sign that there is no way, shape, or form that Vince McMahon is involved, and what a brilliant move. Look, let's be honest. Brilliant move by Triple H. One, if Shayna Baszler is not going to be on WreslteMania, this allows her to do something that she's done before and brings name recognition to a thing. It only strengthens wrestling in general. Look, we're talking about Forbidden Door. This opens a forbidden door that now maybe will allow WWE wrestlers to make some events and maybe open the doors to go to other shows that are in, WrestleMania week. Maybe it's just WrestleMania week, but still, Jimmy, like, think about this. Like, what WWE star, if they're not on Mania, would you put on what independent show?
I mean, Shayna Baszler is a good pick for Bloodsport, that's for sure. But don't read too much into it, though, John. It's not the first time they've done this. And I'm not talking about GCW. I'm talking about in general. Like, done...
Like, having a WWE star, like, current
on GCW,
roster.
Yes.
On current roster.
But they have done it with other indies in the past. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, not like Progressive, because they owned that. They had stake in that. I'm talking about... This is GC. There's no connection.
I'm talking ICW, bro. Like, yes, it's in the UK, but it's the biggest indie promotion in the UK. When I mention ICW, that is Insane Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, I know. But also too, we found out that the WWE was also funneling money to them as well. Like,
I don't know about them. They were with what's the fucking the one where Theory's from and Darby Allin.
Oh yeah, Progress.
No. In the US. Fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I thought it was Progress.
Not Progress. Come on, peeps, help me out.
I know the one you're talking about.
The guy that used to have Ring of Honor, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
I know it's on the top of my head, but it's not coming out. Anyway, I'm sure everybody knows what we're talking about. Someone will say it in the chat. Evolve. Thank you.
Evolve.
Thank you.
Wolfer.
That's it. Thank you, Gam Wolfers. Yeah. Yes, that's what I was meant to say. Evolve. They had a stake in Evolve. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I have sent a lot of dudes, including Paul Heyman, to Evolve to do shit.
Right. Well, and that's what warranted, like, ICW, Progress, Evolve. They were putting money into those and using them as kind of a little bit of developmentals and things along those lines. So, but this is like, well, and I mean, yes.
No, not exactly. That he was a never openweight champion in Japan when they signed him, and he had to drop the belt.
Right, he had to finish obligations. It was like they've had things where they've signed someone and they allowed them to finish certain obligations. Like, that's different than Shayna Baszler has no obligation to Bloodsport. She's a WWE main roster person who isn't obviously going to be on WrestleMania, so they're allowing her to do Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. So like this, I mean, to me, this opens up a door for WWE wrestlers who aren't going to be on this. So, like, I don't know all the shows that are.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll open the floodgates per se.
I'm not saying open the floodgates, but it opens where, like, maybe a few wrestlers could go and do independent shows, and Triple H is like, yeah, sure, that's not a big, that's fine, and they work with those promotions to help advertise and do all the thing. So
yes, Labrat's right. Nakamura you're talking about against
it was
Great Muta.
Yeah, but that was
Well, they did send him. There was no reason for Shinsuke to go there.
Right. But also Shinsuke and Muta were I think there was a connection there, and I forget what it was. And I mean, they've done that though. They're not complete dicks where they allow people to go, what they want to. And very Sonic, independent contractor means what it's supposed to mean. Yes, your WWE is the majority of your focus, but it can allow you to do other things like AEW. AEW is the model for this, right? Lance was not on TV last week because he was in Memphis wrestling. So because, hey, I'm gonna get these bookings when I can. If y'all aren't gonna book me, I gotta make money. I'm gonna go do it. AEW allows for that. Now, there's certain rules on stuff like that and how they can do it.
As long as it's on television, they allow it.
Or certain things. So like, Lady Frost gets to wrestle for WrestlePro, right? And she was the WrestlePro champ for a while. So, and her birthday was on the 14th. So happy birthday to my friend Lady Frost.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's all kinds of birthdays. Oh, and by the way, Jimmy.
Yes.
Happy 316 day, motherfucker. Yeah.
Fuck you. Or should I say, yeah.
We have the glass break and everything.
You
It's
million dollar bastard.
So, Chris has a question. What are your thoughts about the WWE 2K ratings for Super? We talked about this last week, but
right?
Since you can't hear, well, you can go to my Twitch and probably see and listen to it and see it. But like, yeah, we talked a little bit about last week, Chris, that we felt it was kind of silly because how do you give people rankings when exactly what you said? You know, matches are scripted and things. How do you have like with the other like MLB The Show and for NFL and NHL and all that and FIFA, you have quantitative stats that you can give someone that. So yeah. And Gammer says, "Give me a hell yeah, hell yeah." What?
Hell yeah! You know what I'm excited about? What I was happy about actually. Speaking of hell yeah, playing WWE 2K24, which I love. I'm not gonna lie. Them having Disturbed's version of Stone Cold's theme is on there, which is cool, man. Because I felt that Disturbed remix of Stone Cold's song was off the hook. So I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Look, they're killing it with what they're doing in marketing wise and everything along those lines. So, really, I think, Jimmy, it's been an interesting week with news and everything. Yes, Nakamura and Muto, but yeah, they were. It was for his retirement, but that's again, they've done that before. Rey Mysterio's gone to Mexico for retirement matches and. They've done that. They've not been complete dicks for people when that happens, but this is, again, there was no rhyme or reason for this to happen with the blood sport thing. But this is, again, just one. But let's be honest, Jimmy. Let's be honest. This is another way for WWE to change their image, right? Because to talk about this last thing, they need to change their image because I don't know if you saw this week, but corporate brand officers that were 1, 2, and 3 that were in the suits were named. Nick Khan was 1,
Stephanie, right.
And Stephanie McMahon was 3. Now it was not that they were complicit in committing the crime,
but they knew,
and maybe possible cover-ups. And look, the number 2 guy, like nobody remembers his name because you have Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon. That poor guy in the middle is like thinking, "Oh, thank God, people don't remember my name because Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon are on top and below me." So, but he was a pretty high up guy as well. But Jimmy, with that coming out this week, and there's possible talks of maybe Nick Khan stepping down because of issues. And look, I get it. Probably not. They're not going to because Nick Khan makes them more money than what they really do. But here's the question, Jimmy. Look, let's be honest here. This is Ari Emanuel we're talking about. We have seen him. He pushed Vince out because of this. Look, could something like that happen where he's like, you know what? I'm not putting up with this bullshit. No, you're done. Look, it seems like Ari Emanuel is a no-nonsense guy. He doesn't put up with bullshit as far as what it seems like so far. That's my question for you, Jimmy. It's like, one, could it be a possibility? Could it be a possibility? Knowing, we're saying no because he makes a lot of money, but Ari Emanuel doesn't put up with bullshit either. He doesn't deal with this kind of stuff, and he has to protect the larger brand of Endeavor and TKO, which is UFC as well as WWE. So, what do you do in this situation if you're him, Jimmy?
Excuse me. First of all, anything is possible. So yeah, I know I'm choking on the vape. Yeah. So anything's possible. They could get fired, but I doubt they will, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you brought up UFC. Now, do you remember what Dana White got caught doing publicly?
Yeah.
How he slapped his wife?
Yeah.
Publicly?
Yeah.
What did they do about that? Nothing. Nada.
But was Ari Emanuel involved at the time?
Yes. At that time, he owned UFC. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So he didn't do shit. That's one. You would have thought he would have, but he didn't. So as far as the WWE personnel go, come on, man. The whole company knew what was going on. So it's either you're going to fire everyone that McMahon was involved with, or you just, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure he would have known that they all would have known. Come on now. And he Stephanie got implied. You telling me Triple H didn't know?
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
Look, I don't disagree with you on that one. Like, I mean, if nothing else, maybe he it wasn't like he was involved with it. But she came home and told them like, "You're not gonna believe what my dad fucking did." Like,
oh no, he would have known. He would be like, "I know, Steph." You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Maybe after the fact because he was whatever. I don't know because we see it felt like there were times that Triple H was on the outs versus everything.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, the heart attack had a big play in that.
Yeah. But I mean, what I'm saying is, but there's no way he didn't know because if nothing else, the when we come home, how was work today talk, right? Is going to happen, right? So he at least had to have heard because Stephanie probably came home, when he was having his heart attack to tell him, look, this is what Dad's been doing. Holy shit, we're in trouble. Like, if nothing else, minimum that, right, Jimmy?
Oh, he knew, dude.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't know.
100%.
I'm saying like, okay, well, that's what I'm saying. He minimum of that. So, I don't know, Jimmy, at the end of the day, this is a whole thingy. Like it's a mess. It's a mess. And we said from the beginning, this is going to be a mess. We said, we don't know where it's going to go, who it's going to affect at the end of the day. And WWE has to continue to change their perception. This is why I think the Shayna Baszler thing is happening because let's think about this, Jimmy. One, it's a on roster signed talent going to an independent promotion. 2, it's a female. 3, it's a alternative lifestyle female, right? Yeah. So look, you're doing all these things. Just look how great this is. Like we have Shayna Baszler, who's going to Bloodsport, and look, we're helping.
Oh, John. Can the chat hear me? By the way, what up, Jay Hall? Hey, Jay, if you can hear me, man, join us on the PWC network. Everyone's there on YouTube, dude.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry, man, you disappeared at the time, by the way, John.
Oh, you did too. So I didn't know if it was you or me, but of course it's raining.
Love Swisher House, by the way, bro.
What is that?
Oh, it's a rap group.
Okay. But here's the thing, Jimmy. At the end of the day, all this talk about it is WWE needs to have this perception change, and so this is part of that. Yeah. Look, I told you thunderstorms are coming, so who knows what's happening. And we had some high winds, and we have some tornadoes possibly, and all that kind of stuff. So, typical Texas spring. No big deal. If you hear a siren and then we take off, that's a different so anyway, was there anything else this week? I feel like those are the big stories this week, Jimmy.
I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ricky Stark signing with WWE is a big deal to me. Not in terms of name-wise, but he's reporting to the Performance Center. Nevertheless, I assume he's going to be starting off in NXT.
Who's reporting that, Jimmy?
Ricky Starks. Oh, who's reporting that?
Yeah.
Just the dirt sheets, bro.
Like what dirt sheets? Because there's
all
certain
of them.
Dirt sheets. Like, okay,
all the main ones are reporting that. Meltzer was the one that came out with that.
Yeah.
And what's the big story tomorrow? Is that? Excuse me. What's going on tomorrow?
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. I guess everyone can get drunk.
Yeah, Green Beer Day. Green Beer Day. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I have no clue. So
neither do I.
Other than St. Patrick's Day, which I'm not doing anything. Can't post some comments.
Oh, God damn it.
Whatever. Okay, I don't care. His birthday tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday, pal.
Happy birthday from all of us to you. Happy birthday from the...
I'll light up a swisher for you, bro.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Look, I might like, no, I might have a cigar on RV, but I'm not gonna do it.
Have you ever had a swisher before, John?
No, I smoke real men things like cigars. I don't.
I see.
I don't smoke child teenager things like a swisher.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on now.
No, if I'm gonna get a cigar, I'm gonna get a real cigar, and I've got a few cigars that are real cigars. Look. I've had a Cuban, Jimmy.
I haven't. So.
Oh, dude! Like, and I didn't know I got a Cuban. Here's the
Isn't
funny
that
part.
illegal in the US?
Yes, but I was on a cruise, and we were in Cozumel, and we went to the beach, and we got thingies, and it was a Cuban. It was like a legit Cuban cigar. And then I had smoked one on the cruise. And then when I came back through customs, and they're like, "Oh, any cigars?" Like, "Yeah, no, whatever." I didn't claim it, and they didn't take it. So somehow I basically unintentionally smuggled a cigar in, not knowing it was a Cuban, and I didn't look at it. My ex got it for me, and I just like, okay, cool. So yeah, like it was cool because it was like around my birthday or something along those lines that we did this 3-day cruise, and we were coming back from Cozumel, and that night we were having like things where you could smoke cigars with the captain. So I was like on the deck with the captain smoking cigars of the ship, which is super fucking dope. And he was like, "Oh, what do you got there?" And I told him, "I don't know, I got this on the beach." And he looks at it, he goes, "Oh, it's a very nice cigar." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And he was like, so asked me where I was from. I was like, from Texas. And I said, actually, this is kind of like my birthday is, in about a week. So it's kind of like a birthday treat. And he's like, "Oh, happy birthday." And like, so he took me to the, like, for my, kind of a thing. They took me to the, deck, where you could pilot everything. I got a nice little tour of it. It was super cool. So, so it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I like, if I'm gonna get a cigar, I'm going to a cigar shop. I'm getting a cigar. I'm gonna smoke it. I don't usually, but I don't normally hold on to cigars, and I don't smoke a lot. It has to be something very, very, very significant and important for me to do it. So
I'm not a big fan of cigars, man. I don't know.
I don't smoke in general ever, but like for some reason, there's something about a cigar that's more satisfying. Like, I mean, obviously the smell is nice, and like, dude, it's been a while. Like, I smoked one a while back, and I forgot how sometimes some strong ones that I've gotten, dude, I got a little fucked up on the cigar. Like, it got me dizzy. I had to sit down. I was like, oh shit. I was outside smoking at like, I had a rocker at the time, and I was like, oh shit, it's been a while. Like, because I'm all of a sudden going, woo, this is a lot more strong than I anticipated. So
it would have given you a head spin for sure, man.
It did. They gave me a good head spin. But yeah, no, I mean, but then again, too, like I said, I don't really, it's not like I'm doing it all the time. I like, that was probably 3, 4, maybe even 4 years ago, 5 years ago that I had a cigar last. So, I don't really, it's not that I smoke or whatever. It's just, I've done it. I've had it, but it's not my initial go-to for things. So, all right. Well,
swisher, John. You gotta have a swisher, man.
No, man. Like, I just remember teenage, like it's the thing teenagers do, and hood rats and hooligans. Like, it's
you calling me a hooligan?
Maybe. I mean, you live in a country of criminals. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's them. We came in planes, they came in chains. Just saying.
Yeah. He probably smokes Dutch Masters. I don't know what that is, but
what from fucking Amsterdam? Yeah, I smoke that shit.
No, I don't even know what that means, and I don't know who the he is that Sonic is trying to reference. But yeah,
look, I don't know what he's referencing, but I've got a feeling he's referencing, Amsterdam, where you can smoke up legally. Right.
Yeah,
you can do more than that legally, but
or if you're in upstate New York, make sure to check out Raven's Joint.
Raven's Joint,
a new venue by Ben Hameen himself.
Yeah.
So if you're in upstate New York for all your cannabis needs, make sure you go see Ben Hameen at Raven's Joint.
And they ship internationally too, by the way.
Yes, they do. They do.
He said he'd send me some, so yeah. Shout outs to Ben Hameen.
Yallah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you admit trafficking weed internationally?
That's a good question. Actually, you know what? Since we are on international I don't know. I don't want to call it television, but you know, we're on internationally. Maybe I should just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So anyway, let's. I guess Jimmy, we're about an hour in. We've done our customary bullshit for an hour. Let's talk SmackDown. Because I have a wedding tonight, so I probably should get ready for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Even better.
One time, Little Wayne said, "Dutchmaster's the only white dude you don't mind seeing in the hood." Okay.
So as long as you're a stoner, it's all good.
Look, when it comes to food, I'm not white, but with everything else, I'm white. So I have no clue what you're doing. No, I was not. Me. No. I don't understand what
Bill
that
Clinton
would do.
was.
Yeah. I don't understand what that would do other than ruin the cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. Let's talk about last night's SmackDown. Last night's SmackDown was March 15th, 2024, the birthday of our founder and savior, Big Ray Hernandez.
Big Ray
Hernandez. He's enjoying his time in Florida as he sings karaoke and hangs out with Big Vito. But this was not there.
Shout out to Big Vito.
It was not there. Yeah, shout out to Big Vito. But it was at FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, where we had on commentary Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, because guess what? Jerry the King Lawler will probably not ever be allowed near commentary anymore because of his problematic history in general.
What you talking about? Come on. 16-year-olds, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, I did see that, Todd. He says, if you want to see your head spin, watch the segment with Candice LeRae and Maxine Dupree from Raw. I saw something about that, and I was like, holy shit. Whoa.
What happened?
Okay. So it was during a match. Maxine Dupree was about to do something onto Indy Hartwell. Candice LeRae steps in and goes, no, like, what are you doing? Like, can you, like, basically she referenced like her dead brother, like your dead brother would be embarrassed.
Oh,
to see you
I
like
did hear about that. Right.
Like, and like just verbally eviscerated her. Like, verbally.
I'm sure she was cool with it though, dude.
No, I know. Like, obviously they had, but like, it was just such, because it's not very often we see real life, you know, and they reference the fact that you think the fans hate you. We in the back hate you even worse. Like, we talk shit about you all the time, essentially, without saying that kind of stuff, but like railed her to no end as a distraction. And then that's how they were able to get the win for that reason. I mean, just left Maxine Dupree in a whatever state. And it was wild. It was wild to say the least. Like,
but what's that going to do for Maxine Dupree though? Nothing. I mean, is she going to get her comeuppance? I doubt it.
Who knows? Like, but like, if anything, that's how, but Jimmy, sometimes you do that to build a baby face, you know, to make him.
She can't wrestle for shit, bro. I don't think it's time to build a big baby face just yet.
Right. But like, here's the thing, Jimmy, like, you do that to build a baby face. And then you keep her in a situation where she doesn't have to wrestle necessarily, but she continually cause Candice LeRae issues. You know? So
honestly, Candice LeRae, I couldn't care less even about her, man.
Right. Like, yeah. But look, it's also a way to turn Candice LeRae heel. It's a way to kind of, I don't know. Look, Jimmy, who knows why they did it? But all I know is I watched that part of that match and that segment, and I was going, oh, damn. So I don't know. Anyway, so we were in Memphis last night. Corey Graves and Wade Barrett on the commentary, and then we had a SmackDown was kicked off with the highlights from last week's show with The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody. And then The Rock's music hits with the lightning and all that fun stuff. His Black Adam entrance, and he gets in the ring and he starts chanting Rocky. Because he got his start in Memphis as Flex Kavana. I almost had it right, John. What did I almost have right, Zane? Because I'm not even usually close to right, Zane. So, Lightning Black Adam entrance happens, and Rock and Rocky, and he started in Memphis, and he does The Rock is finally home. He's gonna have
You
fun.
missed an important part, though, John.
Oh, yeah. Remind me. Sorry.
He came out to his Hollywood Rock music.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Which was cool.
But I thought he did that last week too.
He didn't. He didn't do it last week.
It wasn't last week. I could have sworn it was.
He did it. No. He did it this week.
Okay.
100%, bro.
Okay. So yeah, it was Hollywood Rock, but this was more of a. It was not really a heel. Like, it didn't start off as a heel promo. It's one of those things where, like, I get it. So this is where sometimes I feel like people don't respect The Rock, in the fact that, like, he knew going in this was going to be a babyface kind of heel, thing, because Memphis loves him because he started in Memphis, right? I mean, and that was evident. Like, they weren't booing him at all until Roman Reigns was mentioned. Name was mentioned 10 minutes in, right? That was the first booze, and it wasn't at Rock. It was at the mention of Roman Reigns, right? Like, this crowd was on fire for The Rock. They were on fire. So how does he have to work it? Is, okay, we're gonna have some fun home with Blues Elvis. He's gonna sing a song, and, like, but throughout it, people were like, "I love you." He's like, "Hey, I love you too. Thank you very much." He was doing all this stuff, and so we had The Rock sing along.
That was a great sing along, by the way. This is probably the best rock concert he's ever done, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. So and he had some guys from Memphis who were there, playing along with him.
What were they called? Like War something? Or something like that?
Oh, there was War and Treaty later, but that wasn't the people who were there.
Okay, right.
They were just an artist. War and Treaty were
there. Oh, yeah, they were in
the
crowd. You're right. Yeah.
I forget the name of the band that was there. No, you're fine. So here's some lines from the sing-along that I thought were fun. The Rock's going to come lay the smackdown on your blonde ass, Cody, and your best friend's the clown. I'm going to whoop that ass and break that back, and maybe I'll just beat you with my fanny pack. And then they popped a picture up of him with the picture of the fanny pack. It's going to be so much drama. You truly have no choice but to cry to your mama. Cody's mama, Rock, is a mama's boy. Here's a story about how Cody was born, and then he talks about that. He makes fun of Seth Rollins and how Becky Lynch is more popular, and how Seth's an embarrassment, and he makes fun of the Cody crybabies and calls himself the final boss. Shout out to Ectimus Prime. The Rock just stole your final boss gimmick, so guess you have to find something else. He says, last week Cody did something to The Rock. The world heard it and felt it. We see the clip of Brody slapping The Rock, and he says, he grew a pair of balls and he slapped him. And then he says, what do you do later? Went on Raw, and he says,
that was good, man.
Responded by crying. You've got to be shitting me. And The Rock makes fun of Cody. He won't give his title to anyone. He says, The Rock wants to talk to Cody's mom. And I'm already like, oh shit. Like, oof. Like this, this all had to be approved, right? Like, because.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You
think anyway.
you would assume. The Rock tells her he knows she's watching and listening. She doesn't know him well, but she tells her that her son Cody took something from him, and he will make Cody, his family, and her pay. On WreslteMania Night 1, they're going to beat Cody and Seth. That brings them to Night 2. The bloodline rules and anything goes. The Rock says she wants Cody to finish the story, but it won't happen. That belt will stay with Roman Reigns, and Cody's mom is going to get a belt, but it's The Rock's belt, and he had that yeah. And then the fans started chanting, whoop that trick, which I find interesting.
They weren't referencing the Trick Williams, if that's what you think.
Yeah, that's what I know that. Like, but why were they referencing Trick Williams? What were they referencing if they weren't referencing Trick Williams?
Just calling his mother a trick. That's what I think, anyway.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Like, I guess because I was assuming it was a reference to Trick Williams.
Trick is from Houston,
right?
By the way, not Memphis. So
yeah, that's why I'm going like, I don't understand why Trick would be. The chant threw me off a little bit because I was like, is he going to make an appearance? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, and it's easy for people to think that, but I truly didn't think they were actually referencing Trick Williams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It threw me off for a minute, then Rock pulls it back with he's going to take the belt, and he's going to beat Cody with it, he's going to whoop him like a dog. Cody's blood's going to be on that belt, and after that, he's going to give her that belt. And then he's going to whisper in her and tell her, Michelle, what can I say except welcome? And the fans chant Rocky says, if you smell what the final boss is cooking. So, I mean, look. I'm going to be honest. This promo, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was super duper long. I liked the sing-along. The sing-along was great. I enjoyed it very much. But The Rock feels like he rambles. Like, you feel like he meanders to get to the point instead of getting to the point. It feels like he's trying to get catchphrases in instead of getting to the point. I'm going to be honest. I had a hard time not, wanting to, fast forward this promo. Because
really?
I went line dancing last night, so I didn't watch this live, so I watched it today on this morning. Because Jimmy, I mean, he has these 20-something promos that I can't sit through on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and then now he gets on here, and look, it was just him tonight, and I'm not saying he's not entertaining, but I could have done with just the sing-along. I didn't need the intro and everything, coming out, intro, sing-along. Getting to the sing-along felt really long. And then the whole, he pauses and he holds. And it's no, get to the point. And then I understand the sing-along where you're trying to get to Cody and his mama and you're doing what you're doing. And so, I don't know, Jimmy. It was entertaining. It was fine. But if I'm going to give this a letter grade, I'm going to say B- C+. Because it always feels long lately instead of to the point, meandering and catchphrasey, and let's see if this will pop the crowd. I'm going to throw this out there and see if it pops. Did you see him? He'll throw something out and he'll wait to see the crowd reaction instead of just do it, and I guess that's my problem with it. So it was fine. It was okay. It was long. I liked the sing-along. There were some parts I liked about it, but overall, So
I loved it personally, man.
And
I can understand what you mean by it being long, and maybe it was better to do it on Raw, for example. You know what I mean? Because they got 3 hours to kill. Excuse me. But I didn't mind it. I just felt like it would have been better done maybe at the end of the show, not at the very start.
Yeah.
Only because I don't want to say it overshadowed everything else, but it kind of did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. But, I mean, it's that hard problem to have, Jimmy. Where do you put somebody like The Rock?
In what way?
Do you have him in the show with this, or do you have him start it? How do you go about that? I mean, I feel like if you put him at the end of the show, hey, you have a hard out, so he has to be on time. Maybe there's less meandering and everything along those lines. Maybe he's a little bit more to the point. I don't know, Jimmy, but where do you put The Rock if you're going to structure him in something like that? Yeah, and especially if it's just him. There was no Roman, there was no anything. It was just The Rock. How do you do that?
Well, like I said, I would have put him at the end of the show personally, but I would have hyped him up all the way through, obviously, right, so people tune in. But
you mean the thing that AEW didn't do for Mercedes Moné?
Well, look, man.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm teasing.
If you're a wrestling fan, you would have known. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying with that. Yeah. Let's be real. But I would have had him at the end, definitely.
Yeah. And Sonic brings up a point. How long can WWE keep distractions from the Vince McMahon drama by dangling the keys in front of them? And we talked about that earlier, Sonic. That's why you're seeing Shayna Baszler sign with GCW. That's why you're seeing some of these, because we just talked about how Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon and one other executive were named this week as the other numbered executives, and so they're going to keep doing this because they need to rebrand. They need to take the focus off of what's going on. So, that's the bigger issue. And Rock and LA Knight haven't interacted because LA Knight's involved with AJ Styles, as we're going to see later. And Shayna was trained by Barnett, so there is that connection, but not corporately, Zane. Like, not like GCW and WWE are not corporately connected. There's no things along those lines. So, but we do know that there's been talks of that more opportunities like this for WWE superstars are going to happen. I'm not saying there's going to be like 40, WWE wrestlers going out in WrestleMania week, but there may be 2 or 3. You never know. It could happen. We'll see. Anyway, so that was the promo. We go to a commercial break after that long segment, and then we come back to Angel and Humberto versus Joaquin Wall and Cruz del Toro. The winner of this match is going to wrestle the winner of another match to determine who's going to be in the 6-pack challenge ladder match at WrestleMania against Judgment Day for their titles. Jimmy, we finally found that out this week. I think during Raw. That this is what's going on with how they're going to handle Judgment Day and their tag titles. First of all, Jimmy, do you like this for the tag titles to have a six-man tag team, ladder match for the tag titles?
It's just a way to put everybody on television, bro, to have them all on WrestleMania. That's all it is. That's why it's being done. It should be cool. It should be like a Money in the Bank sort of type of match, reminisce anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, I expect it to be like pretty good in terms of highlights. But other than that, let's call a spade a spade. This is just a way for them to put everybody on WrestleMania.
But is this a way to get the titles off Judgment Day?
You know what? I don't know, man. I don't think they'll lose it.
Oh, what if they did this, Jimmy? What if they did this, right? We have Senior Money in the Bank in the match. What if they lose it and he immediately cashes in for the tag titles to get them back?
That's stupid. Why would he do that? That just makes him look like a dummy.
Right. No, I agree with you 1,000%. But stupider things have been said, right?
Well, in theory, go after the US Championship when he won the Money in the Bank? That's so dumb.
Right.
This would be even dumber, bro.
Right.
Talk about killing a gimmick straight off the bat.
Right. Like, I agree with you. But look, I saw that floated out there, and I'm just like, okay, I have to.
Don't listen to that. That's just garbage.
It's complete another nonsense. But it's like, who thinks that? Like, the whole reason to get the Money in the Bank is to go for the world title.
That's good. Have people think that anyway. They would love that.
Yeah.
At the fact that people would even consider that or entertain that.
Yeah. Like, but again, it goes back. People can voice what they want to voice and have their opinions, but like, it doesn't mean you're not dumb either for that kind of thing. To reference my rant earlier. Yeah. Some people are dumb, but like, sometimes we need to hear dumb things to go, yeah, no, I don't, that's not going to do it. Like, if nobody voices a dumb opinion, then we, who knows? Pardon me. But I would entertain the idea that Drew beats Seth, and then Damian comes in and cashes in, and then beats Drew. So then,
wouldn't that do Drew so wrong, dude? I mean,
But here's the thing. Think about this, Jimmy. Yeah, you do Drew wrong, but Drew's kind of been a tweener with this whole Seth Rollins, kind of situation. That immediately turns him back to babyface because Damian Priest is a heel. So now you have 2 big boys going after a heavyweight title, and then, exactly. He has so much time to cash it in. And what better way to do it is at WrestleMania, whether he's won or lost the tag titles. Look, you have him lose the tag titles, so he's pissed. So he goes after Drew after the Seth Rollins match, and then 1, 2, 3, and now he's champ, and now Drew's pissed, and now Drew's a pissed off babyface, and you have two big boys going at it that you could build to SummerSlam.
When you say pissed off babyface, I think they'll just make him be more of a complainer if he was to lose it.
Maybe.
He'd be whinging the whole time. Like, you know what I mean?
I guess, but I mean, like, I don't know, Jimmy. Like, it's all weird. It's all confusing. The fact that we're having these, I'm sorry, this mini tag team tournament match to determine what 6 teams that we're going to put in a ladder match, or 5 teams. What 5 teams to put in a ladder match for Judgment Day when we can't just go, at least 5. They're good.
I actually think it would be more than likely Judgment Day retaining those belts, depending on the teams, though. But for now, I'd say Judgment Day retained.
Well, let's talk about that then, because these are the offerings on SmackDown to go into in this tournament. We have Angel and Alberto versus Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. We have this match. I'm going to be honest, Jimmy. I expected this, right? Angel and Humberto have to be Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, right? I mean, like, if you're looking at the two teams side by side, the more impressive is Angel and Humberto, right?
Right.
I mean,
I agree.
Easily. They're the better looking team. I don't know. There's just something about LWO, about Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro that just looks off. Like, I don't know.
Done, bro.
They are. So look, but I'm gonna tell you this, Jimmy. It was not a bad match. To follow.
You're having a though.
No, I felt like they did a decent job. It wasn't 50-50, but they did a decent job of keeping LWO in the match, right? Like, for that aspect of it. But also, they had to follow The Rock and that whole segment. So it was going to be difficult no matter what. So they did a decent job for having to follow The Rock. Let's put it that way, right? The crowd's already hyped, and I felt like they lost a little bit of momentum, but it was decent enough to keep some momentum and keep people involved. And look, I think this is where I'm at with Retro Rocket. It was a decent match that I did not care about, right? I think I would give that a fair assessment of what I'm trying to say for this match. I didn't care about it, but it was a decent match. Look,
that I agree with Sonic. By the way, if Awesome Truth are in there, then they're winning.
Yes, I agree. And if they don't, first of all, they need to be in, and second of all, they need to win.
Right. If they're in, they're gonna win 100%.
They have to. They have to. Right. And then the shenanigans that can involve with R-Truth and the belt. Oh my God! Like,
it'd be awesome.
That would be awesome, Truth. So basically, we have our this is our typical WWE lucha match that goes in and around and does all. We have 2 WWE lucha matches tonight. So this one was the first one with their tag teams, and we have a crazy finish that ends up with where we have Humberto throwing Joaquin Wilde in the air, and Angel hits him with a kick and goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. So we have Legado de Fantasma beating LWO and to move on in this, I guess, mini tournament. So, again, decent match. Didn't really care about it, but what were you going to – you couldn't have put the other tag match that happened later after The Rock. It would have killed everything. So
right, that's true.
So this was fine for what it was. So we go to a commercial break after this. Kayla comes back and she's on the entrance ramp, and LA Knight comes out to a loud pop, and everybody's cheering his name. He calls out AJ Styles, but AJ Styles doesn't show. He calls out AJ. He calls him AJ Napoleon Styles. He said AJ flies to Australia, but he can't drive to Memphis. And he doesn't want to show up at SmackDown. He can show up at WrestleMania. He challenges AJ to a match at WrestleMania. And out comes AJ Styles from behind, and he hits LA Knight with a chair. And he accepts his challenge at WrestleMania. So is AJ Styles the new chairman of the board for WWE?
I guess he is. I guess this makes him officially a full-blown heel too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then Sonic says, according to the way this tournament will work, things are simpler on Raw, where the remaining 3 participants will be determined via basic qualifying matches, and that's where Awesome Truth fits in. And look, I'm going to be honest. I agree with Retro. I thought this was a good promo by Knight. I feel like AJ attacking was spot on, and this was a good way to set up their match and to show, one, that AJ Styles is full-on Blackheart heel, dressing in his dark colors with his dark tan and his dark hair and dark gloves. He's a dark man. He's a black hat. And then you set up LA Knight as a serious babyface. So this is business. This is done. It wasn't overly long. It was to the point. And then AJ doesn't have to say anything. He just hits him with a chair and says, "I accept." It's nicely done. Well done to continue the story and to set up the match for WrestleMania, which is going to be a good match. I think so, anyway. I think these two are going to put in a good match. So after
I think
this,
it will be too. But does it really? Do you feel like they're letting off the gas a little bit with LA Knight?
I mean, Jimmy, what would you do with him? I understand that, but at the same time, where do you do with him? Because you have your story set on the SmackDown side with Roman Reigns. He can't go there. You have your story set on the Raw side with Drew McIntyre. He can't go there. So you have your story set for Logan Paul. Well, you're still building your story for that per se. But so he can't really go there. So what do you do? And then your story's being set with the Intercontinental title. So this is your next best bet, Jimmy. I mean, it's not out of
Was it the right time to push him then, knowing that all this was going to be going down?
Well, I don't think they knew all of this was going to go down, Jimmy. Again, as we're talking about this Rock segment, again, this was they're rewriting on the fly something that happened where Rock just kind of shoved himself in, and then they shit on it, and then now they're having to adjust accordingly. So. And they've done a good job of that, Jimmy. And I said, hey, we need to give this a minute. Let's see how they transition. And they've done a pretty decent job of transitioning to this thing.
You know what? I totally don't agree. I think it wasn't all of it. I actually think they knew what they were doing.
You
personally,
think?
I do. If Cody's going to win, this is all to get Cody more over if he wins.
Right. I mean, because you're stacking the odds against him more and more as a babyface. And he's got to overcome. And that's how you build a good babyface. But, at the same time, too, Jimmy, I really feel like they had it all set up. And then the story with the whole I'm giving up my spot, I'm not giving up my spot kind of thing. Like, I feel like there was a misstep there because of what was supposed to happen. But then at the same time, too, could it be in a brilliant ploy to tell a story and make people hate The Rock?
That they're in cahoots? No, or that they're in cahoots all along. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't, Jimmy. I feel
they won't say that. But remember when The Rock first turned up and he whispered in Cody's ear?
Right. I don't look, but Jim, I don't know.
You never know. You never know. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm
not counting it out.
Know.
I'm not counting it out. I mean, I think you and I talked about at the beginning that this could be a cahoots thing. But the more this thing goes, the more I question if that's the direction they're going to go with it. But still, at the end of the day, it's intriguing storytelling. Whether it was a mess up or not, the adjustments they're making or not, they're doing a great job of telling a story, right? And so what do you do with LA Knight? Well, this is what you do, right? AJ's, good. It's just a matter of timing more than anything else, Jimmy, I think. And I mean, let's be honest. After he lost that 3-way, he got cooled, right? When he didn't beat Roman.
He did. He really did.
And that's okay because look, they knew what they had coming down the pipeline, and it's not his time yet, right? Let's say the belt gets off Roman, that opens up a lot of doors for people like LA Knight and other people, because we can build these things up. And who says that in a year's time LA Knight couldn't have the belt? Who says we can do that kind of thing? Look, I'm not a fan of this tournament. I don't, but let's be honest. The Tony Khan didn't. The tournaments he books are either G1 lights or just not super duper great. And I mean, I'm not a fan of a tournament in general either. Like, it's not necessarily fun per se for me. Like, just pick your top 5. Hell, look, Jimmy, like later on we saw this, and as it was mentioned earlier, like they listed the top 5 WWE male superstars based on their rankings from the WWE 2K24 game, right? That was in one of the matches. That was a pop-up, right? And on the screen. Why not just fucking take that as your top 5 to put in the match with Judgment Day? This is our top 5 rankings per WWE for our tag teams. They're good.
No, that wouldn't work.
But like
it just wouldn't. It wouldn't work, man.
Right, but because Jimmy, here's the thing. Like, and the problem is we're having to sit through matches to fill time on shows leading up to WreslteMania that mean nothing. Look, Sonic, the tournament allows for upsets. Great. If this were the NCAA basketball tournament, right? If this was March Madness, I would agree with you 100%. But name to me last night one upset that was happening. None. Let's be honest. So I don't know. Look, are they going to allow an NXT team in here, Jimmy?
Yeah, I can see. That. But I don't know if they will, or if they. But it would be all right if they did. But if they were to, that's half decent to say.
Right. I don't know. I think. Yeah. How are Awesome Truth getting into the tag match without an upset? I don't think it's an upset if they beat somebody, Sonic. Like, I really don't. I don't know. But it's one of those things. Okay, so after the AJ Styles thing, we see a clip of Logan Paul last week on SmackDown and Randy Orton showing up and hitting KSI with an RKO. And then we have backstage Nick Aldis is sitting down, and then comes Logan Paul. He asks Aldis, what is the plan for Orton? Is it a fine? And Logan tells Aldis that Orton should apologize. Aldis tells Logan that he should request an apology from Randy Orton in person. And Logan tells Aldis that is his job, and he doesn't expect Aldis to do his job. And then he can do his job to find an opponent for WreslteMania. Hey, Logan Paul, probably not a smart idea to talk back to your boss who can set matches for you at WreslteMania.
Right, be cocky.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, this was an interesting segment because, look, let's be honest, Jimmy. We know that they have set up this Randy Orton versus Logan Paul U.S. match since Elimination Chamber. Like,
right.
Why are they taking their time to pull the trigger on this one, do you think?
Well, I think they're going to set up a 3-way in the end.
You think they're going to set up a 3-way? So it's going to be, what, Kevin Owens, Randy, and Logan?
And Logan, yep, 100%.
But why? Why not just Randy and Logan?
Well, Orton and not Orton. Owens and Paul have still got unfinished business.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, the way I took it from Elimination Chamber, yeah.
See, I don't. Like, I feel like Randy is the one who, I can see it this way, Logan has Tweedledee and Tweedledum out there, and then here comes KO. Oh, and great call. Gamer says this. How about it's KO and Tyson come out to run off Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
That'd be awesome, but
right? Like it's WreslteMania, Jimmy. It's WreslteMania.
Yeah, why not? I'd love to see that.
Have you been watching any of the Twitter videos of Mike Tyson showing his training?
Yeah, I saw a couple yesterday.
Yeah, so like he's doing day by day. Oh, look! I am so there's no fucking way Jake Paul is surviving this thing. Like Mike Tyson doesn't think this is an expedition.
I hope Tyson knocks the fuck out of him. I really do, man. But the thing is, Jake Paul, say what you will about him, he's not a bad fucking boxer, bro. And remember, age is gonna matter. You know, the thing is, if it goes after 5 rounds, does Tyson have a chance realistically? I don't think so, man.
I'm not counting this out, Jimmy, because I mean, I don't know about you, but I watched some of these training videos of him at 57
I've seen
years
it too.
old.
I've seen it too, bro.
But
yeah,
when I watched the video of him at 19, I can't tell a difference other than he has gray hair.
Bro, he's still got the form. He can still punch. Yeah, but can he sustain that speed though? That's the thing, and the power. Once you go sitting, boxing ain't easy, man. I mean, when I used to fucking train in boxing, bro,
I'm not.
Trust me, it fucks you up, man. And I mean, fitness-wise, your arms are sore, everything.
But Jimmy, he's also done this for a long time. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to train smart. He knows how to train right. And I think that makes a big difference, you know, in this aspect of it. And then on top of all that, like he's been in big situations like this. Jake Paul hasn't been in a situation like this. I think there's just a lot of factors mentally, focus-wise, that Mike Tyson has an edge. And I'm going to be honest with you. If Jake Paul lasts with the amount of power, like Jake Paul has not faced someone with this kind of power. Let's be honest, Jimmy.
I know what you're saying, and you're right, but I'm telling you, don't underestimate fitness and age, bro.
Look, I'm not, but at the same time, too, I'm also saying don't underestimate fitness and age of Mike Tyson either. Like,
in my opinion, Tyson has to knock him out early. Like, early. If it goes beyond a certain amount of time, then Jake Paul will get him.
Right. But, like,
that's what I think, anyway.
I'm telling you right now, Jake Paul is going to be hard pressed to survive a fury that Tyson might give him. Like,
I agree, but like I said, man, we're talking about a 60-plus-year-old Tyson,
57-year-old Tyson,
right, against the 25-year-old Jake Paul. I'm just saying, he's 20-something. I know that much.
He is 27. So there's a 30-year difference. 27 versus 57.
30-year difference is a huge fucking difference, bro.
Yeah. Look, and Chael Sonnen has to come in and he says, "Oh, Mike Tyson faked his training video for Jake Paul." Look, Chael Sonnen. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm not always right, lab rat. God damn it. But I'm just trying to be real here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be real.
I understand. I get what you're saying. I'm not trying to diminish what you're saying. I'm just saying at the same time too, Mike Tyson, you can't completely, count out the fact that
you can't write him off. But he hasn't fought in a while either, man. And but look, he's still got his form, no doubt about it, man. He still looks like the Tyson of old, but that's just a training video, man.
Yeah.
Just remember that. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's a training video. I get that. I get it. And you can look good in training videos and hitting the thing. But here's the other difference, Jimmy. Mike Tyson is a heavyweight. Jake Paul is a cruiserweight. Right? Like right now, he's listed at 199.4. Right? Mike Tyson, let me see. Right now, he's 220 pounds. That's a huge difference. Like
but cruiserweight's only one weight class below heavyweight though. So
199 versus 220.
Again, Tyson won't have the speed like Jake does. I know he looks quick, but he won't have it again past.
Yeah, his endurance. I think his endurance. Like, yes, I will give you that. I feel like 5 rounds is about where Tyson would start.
But we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong, but like I said, Father Time doesn't fucking let up for anybody, dude. You know what I mean?
Father Time does no jobs. Father Time does no jobs.
Exactly.
At some point, Father Time is gonna win all the time. But like,
absolutely,
this is again, something that you just have to go.
Hey, and believe me, I want Tyson to fuck him up, man.
Oh yeah,
like I truly do, man. I really do.
Like I think everybody does. I think Tyson is totally the baby face in this.
Absolutely.
But who knows? So anyway, so we have I feel like again we've talked about Logan Paul before. Our respect for him coming in, probably one of the best non-wrestling talents to come in and be it. But I think at the same time too, Jimmy, one thing that really does a good job is he understands character. He understands who he is as a person.
He gets it, man.
And relays that character as well to, to understand what's going on directly. Again, he takes who he is, he cranks it to 11, and we know that's the best way to be a wrestling persona. Is you take who you are and you crank it to 11. And, I really feel like this is, he's aware of who he is and what people perceive of him. So I'm going to lean into that, go ahead and go for it. I mean, I feel like, because, I mean, look, Bad Bunny, fine, good wrestler, everything like that. It was hard to understand. I feel like this is really, really good. And I look forward to seeing. I don't hate seeing him on my screen. I hate him as a person, but it makes sense that he's involved in wrestling, if that makes sense. Right?
Absolutely, man.
Knowing his persona and who he is and everything along those lines, I feel like, he understands and he gets it. So
he's like a fish to water when it comes to professional wrestling, dude. He just I haven't seen a celebrity understand pro wrestling like he has, period. Yeah. And Bad Bunny is he's up there as well, but at second place.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, there's a language barrier and some other things for Bad Bunny.
Oh, no, he understands English. He can speak English too, bro. He can. I've seen him speak English. He can speak it.
At the level to make it relatable and, for an everyday wrestling fan,
he's got an accent, sure, but
it is what it is. Anyway, so backstage, you see Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. Kayla stops them, and Heyman screams in fear. That was funny. And she asks if they have a response to Jey Uso's WreslteMania challenge, and Jimmy begins to yell and tells Jey that he is his little brother. He raised him. He accepts his challenge. So it was an interesting promo. I will say this. Again, we had a passionate, fiery promo from Jey, on Monday Night Raw, and I felt like Jimmy did a great job of matching that energy. Making this feel like a I don't want to say a blood feud, but a fight between brothers. When brothers really get into it, they did it. It's the appropriate response I expected from Jimmy from Jay's challenge on Monday, and I'm cool with it.
Is it just me or I don't seem as interested in this match?
Well, it's hard to, Jimmy, when you have, The Rock and Cody and, those things, and you have the possibility of The Rock and Roman, family fight, which is a bigger one, right? So,
of course. But aren't you sick of the brother versus brother deal?
No, because it's relatable to a lot of people, Jimmy. A lot of people. a lot of people have.
But they're always letdowns, dude. I don't know, man. Maybe these two will absolutely like hit it at the park, but
and I think that's the other difference, Jimmy. I feel like these two know each other so well that it will be one of those ones that this is going to be. Look, I'm going to say this right now on 3/16 on Stone Cold Day of 2024. That I feel like this is going to be a surprise match of the night. It's something that you're going to be like, oh, that was better than I expected it to be. So like that to me, I'm going to say it right now. I feel like this is, and look, this could be a thing where surprises happen as well. Because as you know, Jimmy has Solo at his back, for this, so maybe something happens with Jay in this match where something happens and somebody steps in. Who knows? I'm not saying who. I don't know who or what. But like, who knows? Who knows? This will be. I feel like. I feel like this will be a surprise match of the night where you're going to be like.
Do you think it'll be the show stealer?
It depends on where they put it and on what day and what card. I think that like if this is a night one match, I would say yes. I would say yes. This could be a like surprise, match of the night of like, oh damn, this helped make the show what it was. So
we'll see. It could be.
If it's on night two, I feel like he gets lost. Unfortunately, because there's so many other things going on there, bigger matches and things that could be. I feel like this is a good night one match that could be a show stealer. And because let's be honest.
I think either way it's going to get lost in the shuffle because night one. Yeah, but even night one with that tag match, dude, that's huge.
It is, but what else is there? Like, okay, are you going to put AJ and LA night one? Are you going to save them for night two? Like, I mean, I think we're building this card. One. Yeah. Okay. So like we're building this card. How do we do it? Right. Like placement of matches and things along those lines. I really feel like, Jimmy, that that second night Roman versus Cody match is a huge deal. And it's going to overshadow everything else that goes on that night. And so do you have this match on that night or do you have it on the tag match night? Because then here's the thing, right? Like, oh, that's a good point, Retro. Hey, Stephen Amell from Arrow, he could help out, as well. Look, Cody could have all kinds of people. We've talked about this before, like, have appearances, and stuff like that. You and I have speculated all kinds of things that could happen. I just feel like, hey, like this is an opportunity to maybe make some surprises and some things will happen on night one to make it as big a night as night two, right? Especially with the tag match going on. I don't know, Jimmy. Like, look, we're still 3 weeks out from WreslteMania, I think. There's still a lot of ways to story to build, and we still don't have. The only thing we know for sure is the tag match is night one, and we know Cody and Roman is night two. So we don't know where anything. We know other matches are happening. We just don't know where on the card they're happening. We don't know what night they're happening. We just know they're happening. And then again, WWE gets us because now you and I are speculating when this match is going to happen, what night, and we're talking about it. Look, it is what it is. So, but I mean, again, Paul, like faking that kind of heart attack thingy, like it was great. Yeah, I was like, like. Yeah, I love Paul Heyman. That was good. Yeah.
Oh, Paul Heyman. I think you meant Paul Levesque for a minute.
No. I'm talking about when Kayla surprised and he's
right.
Again, proving why he's a Hall of Famer. Paul Heyman, just great stuff. So anyway, after that we have Randy Orton versus Grayson Waller with Austin Theory. We have this match and because this is the end of our first segment, our first hour of this match. And I mean, I hate to say this, Jimmy, but we've seen this match. How many times?
Yeah, I didn't care about this match, bro, for some reason. Power of the phone started happening for me.
Yeah. I mean, because it's another variation of Austin in Theory versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And it's like, how many times are we going to see this?
Well, apparently we're building towards a Theory versus Waller match at WreslteMania. Not that it's happened just yet, but that's the rumor. Hello, Edan. Thank you for joining us.
Greetings. But yeah, I mean, who knows, Jimmy? But like, I like Randy. I like Kevin. I don't like these other guys. To me, but like, it doesn't help that we've seen this for 3 weeks now already, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, true, man. And that's what SmackDown feels like. You know what I mean? It feels like a whole bunch of repeats all the time.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
But maybe we're being ungrateful. I mean, we talk about long-term storytelling and stuff. At least they're keeping consistent, though.
But here's my thing, Jimmy. Okay, let's just take this for example. Let's take this. Let's not talk about the story at all. We had our tag match in the beginning. We had LWO versus Legado de Fantasma. We've seen that for 3 weeks in a row. We had for our other tag team match for the tournament, we had New Catch Republic and Pretty Deadly. We've seen that match how many times now? Why not switch those up? Why not have Pretty Deadly versus Legado de Fantasma, and then you run the story of maybe you have opposites meeting
storytelling,
each other?
John. That's why. That's the excuse I will tell you, because LWO and Legado, for example,
have them interfere and cost the match, and so then the other one costs the other match. Like, but that's what I'm saying, Jimmy. Like, you can still tell story by putting it on opposite ends of the brackets, and then you run the risk of like, hey, these two meet in the finals, and it's going to be a bloodbath because they, or they cost them this match, and they cost, but this one moved on, even though they tried to interfere, and then now they're going to cost them the match to WrestleMania, and then you have them wrestle at WrestleMania. I mean, there's ways to do it without just going, hey, this match, right? Like, I'm sorry, Jimmy.
You're right, man. Oh, I agree with you. It's just, what can I tell you? I mean,
because here's again, this is another match, Jimmy. Decent, but didn't care. Right?
Telemundo. Yeah.
But like, which was, I think Retro Rocket said earlier, and I feel like that's the theme of this show, right? Decent, but didn't care. Every match that they put on, and I just have to reference that. Again, Randy Orton, decent, but didn't care. And can we talk about at the end, the beatdown afterwards where Austin Theory comes in, and then Kevin Owens gives him a stunner, and he jumps in the air to take that KO? Like, what the fuck was that, Jimmy? Like,
he's trying to do the Rock, or actually Scott Hall. He's trying to do Scott Hall taking the stunner.
Oh my god!
But speaking of, I just want to put this out there because I found it funny and I just saw it. I'm sure you'll love it, actually, okay. John. Look at this.
Yes.
I mean, is he really going for the Golden Girls look?
Not just the Golden Girls, but
right.
Why am I blanking for a second? Blanche. He's going for
Blanche,
the Blanche,
right.
the big the hooer of the group.
Do you think he knows this, or it's just a coincidence?
I think it's just a coincidence. I think somebody's just trolling for shits and giggles, but like,
is it though? I mean, they've got a point.
No, I know, but like that's funny. Like, it's a funny troll, and if I were Seth Rollins, I would laugh and I would lean into this. I think this, like,
Blanche,
why wouldn't I want to be Blanche?
Rollins, bro?
Like, yeah, Blanche Rollins. Like, why would I not want to be Blanche? She was the best one, and whatever. Like, lean into it. Fuck, dude. That would be great. Oh, dude, what if you had a faction in wrestling where you kind of were the Golden Girls, right? Everybody kind of personified one of the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls.
Yeah, but it's men. It's men.
Yeah, that'd be fucking funny.
Oh my god, that would be great.
Oh shit, that would be funny.
Rue McClanahan's clothes were stolen by Seth. Yeah, probably so. Yeah. So I can't stop thinking about it, laughing now, of 4 guys being the Golden Girls.
I had to.
Being the persona.
But who do you have? Who's the other 3? You got to have AJ as one of them, I think. AJ Styles.
Well, based off his persona right now, he would be what's the mom? You know, the one that real sassy.
Oh,
one, like,
fuck, man. I forgot her name. Dude,
yeah.
I know who you're talking about. The one with the glasses, the mum,
Yeah.
like the oldest one, right? But I forgot her name for some reason.
Yeah.
But who else would you have? Just say.
Let's see. You need somebody ditzy to be Rose, which was Betty White's character.
Right.
Sophia. That's what her name was. Sophia. AJ Sophia, because of his attitude right now. Who's super ditzy on the roster, as a man?
Cody.
No.
Come on.
Ricochet.
Oh, Ricochet. Oh, man.
He seems a little ditzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
he doesn't have the personality for that, though.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about in real life.
Yeah, this is someone who's kind of stupid, but then will hit you with a zinger every now and then. Like
now and then, though.
Right,
you know
right.
What I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like trying to figure that's really hard. And then you need a more stoic and like dry humor one-liner.
Oh, truth.
Oh, truth. Yes. Perfect.
Course.
Yes, of course. Yeah. B. Arthur is who? That's a good question. That's our now we're the stoic kind of, the straight man kind of per se.
The Rock.
No, they got to be straight. Like, I mean, deadpan when they talk, like, because that was
Vince McMahon would be the.
No, it because they'll set everybody up. Dude. They'll set everybody up, but then they'll also, get their singers in, but with a dry sense of humor. Very dry.
Lance Storm.
Yes, like yeah. I mean, Lance would be that. Lance could do that. Oh, Drew would be a good one. I think Drew could pull that off. Drew McIntyre. So
possibly.
Yes, you have Blanche as Seth Rollins. You have R-Truth as AJ as Sophia. And I mean the heights all work and everything too.
Yeah.
Short
and they have the photo like literally like that. Like
that's why AJ's so angry too, because he's so short. And then you have R-Truth as Rose, and then you have Drew McIntyre as the B. Arthur character. Yeah, I think that works. We have our Golden Girls faction in the WWE.
And a special sort of I think CM Punk could actually play a role in this too, but special mention to Punk. Only because of his bitchiness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he could be a Sophia then too. Yeah. So,
but the height thing is what makes this. So
yeah. So
Punk is going to stay out of it.
Yeah. So all right. So and I forgot to mention for this match that Logan Paul was out there for this match. So after the match, Randy Orton wins. He beats Waller with an RKO, and Randy points at Logan. He goes to the pin 1, 2, 3, and then Austin Theory attacks, and he does all those things. And then Orton and Owen shake hands. Out comes Nick Aldis. He asked Logan if he was able to get that apology from Orton. He says he has determined his opponent for WrestleMania, and he apologizes and says he has determined his opponents at WrestleMania. Aldis announced that Logan Paul will defend his United States Championship against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at a triple threat match in WrestleMania. So, yeah, we had that announcement, and it was like, cool, okay, great. I don't like this. I'm going to be honest with you, Jimmy. I don't like the three-way, especially with KO and Orton. I really wish it would be one-on-one because...
Again, you need to have everybody on the card, bro.
I know, I get it, but like have Kevin Owens deal with the lackeys and have Randy face, whatchamacallit, Logan Paul. What's up, Elizabeth?
You won't be happy about that. What's up, Liz?
What's
going on? Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Lizzie. I mean, I know, but like, one, it's an opportunity to kind of elevate the level of the other two guys with Kevin Owens and having their own match. Let Randy and Logan have their moment. Like, Logan is a good athlete. It's been a while since we've seen him in just a match. I really feel like, You know, in WrestleMania, he should have a match, not a 3-way, right? Like Elimination Chamber, there was 4 other guys.
The one before that he wrestled was 1-on-1.
Right. But when was the last time he had a match before that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. He's an attraction and, you know, yeah. And like Elizabeth says, Orton and KO don't have any beef. They're kind of like coinciding with each other because they both hate Logan Paul. Right? Like, so I don't know. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I get it. You're stacking, but then to me, you're stacking the decks for Logan Paul so that he can win at WrestleMania against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
I can see Orton doing a special RKO though, just sort of like what he did to Rollins when he cashed in his Money in the Bank in 2015, I think it was.
Yeah.
You remember where he was up in the air and then bang, caught him? Logan Paul's the perfect opponent for that, man.
Yeah, but that should be in a singles match, Jimmy.
I know, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know, but we'll see. And again, where they put this on what night, I think it determines the factor. But still, I really feel like this should be a 2-way and not a 3-way. But you know, after this announcement, we have Kayla Braxton is backstage with Damage Control, and Dakota tells us she's going to break Bayley. And anyone who feels sorry for her have lost their mind. She says for them to grow stronger, they have to cut her loose. She says they run the show now. Again, a little bit of a callback to Naomi from last week for this. So we go to a commercial break, and after that, we have Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. Again,
big
decent
deal
match, but didn't care. Yeah. And like Elizabeth says, if Sammy gets Gunther alone, KO or Orton shouldn't have to be a 3-way.
I think it's more for Owens, man, because he's got nothing to do and he hasn't been happy with his booking at times. So,
but still, Kevin,
it is what it is.
Look, Kevin, I'm sorry. I like you you like Zeus. I like Zeus too. You're great. Cool. But not everything is about you. Sometimes you're going to have to take a back seat. And that means, you take a lesser role or a lesser match at WrestleMania. You're still going to be on WrestleMania. Like, I don't know, Jimmy. Like, I feel like
it is what it is.
And if you don't like it, guess what? When your contract comes up, go to AEW or go do something else. Like, you had the opportunity to do that a while back. So don't complain. Like, you've wrestled Roman how many times for the title and couldn't pull the trigger? Don't complain. You've had, like, you've been on TV a lot. You're a regular. What are you complaining about? Like, again, like, this shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. I don't know. So anyway, all right. So again, decent match. Didn't really care because we had this. I mean, it just feels like Dragon Lee is, LWO adjacent, and he's pretty much like honorary member of LWO. Why he's just not in LWO, I don't know, but whatever. And then Santos Escobar gets the win, and then Carlito's music hits, and he comes in, and they jump him. But then, hey, Magically Ray comes in and helps everybody out, and he throws Santos out, and he grabs a microphone and asks Santos why he's running, and he challenges Santos Escobar to a match. When, Jimmy? When did he challenge him?
Oh, Mania.
Next Friday.
Oh, yes. It's for next week. Yeah, you're right. Well, you can't.
Not even for WrestleMania.
You can't have that at Mania, though. Really.
But, I mean, like, here's the thing, Jimmy. Right? This is the second to last match before the main event. You've had all these announcements for matches at WrestleMania. Jimmy, this went off like a fart in church. Like, wow, okay, we have this match, or this match. You've been building to something like this of LWO versus whatever, and you have the leaders go after each other, and we're going to do it next week on SmackDown. And I'm going to slap that arrogant smile off your face. I know, Jimmy, but like you've had what, 2 or 3 like you have 2 or 3 like WrestleMania match announcements this night. And you're going to try to tell me you build this up and then you say, we're going to have a match next week? Like, it was a fart in church, Jimmy.
It's
was a
Santos
farting
Escobar against Dragon Lee. Is that a WrestleMania match?
No, I'm talking about Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio
Oh,
challenged
right.
I'm talking about that at the end of the
Yeah,
match where
right.
he challenges him. He builds this all up, and I'm going to slap the arrogant smile off your face next
The way
Friday
they've
night on
done
SmackDown.
the way they've done this storyline, right? And even me, clearly, because I started tuning out during this. I see Ray coming in, right? I didn't even hear him challenge him for that, right? But the thing is, again, is it a Mania match? It'll be a pre-show match for them. Do you know what I mean? But look, maybe it will still happen.
Are they going to have a pre-show match?
They could. They had a 2-hour pre-show last year without matches.
That was called SmackDown.
No, I know, but they actually did have pre-show. They had a 2-hour pre-show.
Right, but they have no matches. They don't do that anymore, really.
So fill it up. They did on the last PLE.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Elimination. But there was again. That was an international one, and so you had to.
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I mean, they didn't have to. They never announced a match to be on a pre-show.
But still, people came. They pay money, so you do something like that. To me, international PLEs, it makes sense because you're out, and so you want the most bang for your buck for your people. Because look, Jimmy, you give them a pre-show match, how hyped are they going to be when the show starts?
Depends, man.
Jimmy, come on, tell me. You mean to tell me you get there early and you sit for 2 matches and you're watching nothing but people talking about the PLE you're going to be on, or you get an actual match, you get to cheer and whatever.
Right, but I don't think they're going to be that hype. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sure. But I think they might this year.
I think it makes a difference, especially on an international PLE, to get the crowd more hyped because they saw a match and so they're ready for more wrestling. Especially if you do it closer towards the start of the show, it's like, it's simple psychology, Jimmy. You're getting people amped up and ready because your show's starting, and they're getting to watch a match instead of watching people talk about the PLE.
It all depends how many people are there. If it's pretty empty, then there's no point of putting on a match.
I don't know.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we will, Jimmy, because we have SmackDown the night before. That's been their customary pre-show. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's with all PLEs. You got SmackDown the night before, pretty much. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, and that's how they're using SmackDown now, as essentially the pre-show for any pay-per-view. And
it should be a go-home show, a proper go-home show.
But it hasn't been because they're using it as.
Come on, Richo. That's easily why, because it's not technically a pay-per-view anymore. But it is, but it's not. It is.
Look, I'm a pay-per-view guy. It's gonna be pay-per-view till I die. PLE can just eat a big fat one. But I understand what you're saying, but whatever. Anyway, dumb, boring, and the build up to announce a match next week. Dumb. I didn't like it. It was a fart in church. Okay, so next after this we have Pretty Deadly against New Catch Republic, the dipshittiest name I've ever heard for a tag team. And then we had a video package, a couple weeks ago about Pretty Deadly and becoming different, and they're gonna, tell everybody who they are. Yes, boy. And then we shit on them by having New Catch Republic win. I don't give a shit about Mighty Mouse and Minnie Mouse. I don't give a shit about
cooling them off, bro. They're cooling off Pretty Deadly, it feels like.
I would rather have seen Pretty Deadly move forward than this. What the hell? What the hell? You mean to tell me next week's match of Legado de Fantasma versus Pretty Deadly wouldn't have been a good one, and having maybe Pretty Deadly in the 6-pack ladder challenge wouldn't have been fun?
Again, these WWE we're talking.
I know, but
And Aaron, what do you mean? Can we all agree that if you trust the Jay White character, you're an idiot? That character is similar than Lex 2 in Suicide Squad. Where'd that come from?
Slimier. Like Jay White is.
I know.
We're not talking AEW, Aaron. You should have been here an hour or so ago when we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that, Elizabeth, earlier, how you had an opportunity, like, with earlier, look, Aaron, I'm my own gimmick. I've been my own gimmick since 1978. So 45 years of perfecting this gimmick. So we talked about that earlier, how you had Legado de Fantasma versus LWO again versus New Catch Republic versus, Pretty Deadly again. Why we couldn't get the swap to have them face the opposites of each other, interfere and build all that kind of stuff. And
where was Cross and friggin' and Lashley and all that after what they did with a decent interview promo, with fucking Cross, not even on TV.
No. After that fire internet only promo that we showed last week, which was freaking awesome. And like, where is this on TV? Why is it not showing on TV? Why are we only seeing it on the internet? And yet then.
And it was a great promo too, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was so good. They're hanging out.
They probly are hanging out.
The Bischoff special. Yeah. the catering is now called the Bischoff. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's right. Retro Rocket copyrighted in 1978.
You old motherfucker.
That's right. I'm 45, bitch. I love it. I love every minute of it.
Thank God I'm not there yet.
Yeah. But like, again, I disagree. I feel like New Catch Republic is stupid. I don't like the tag team. I don't like these two. I get that they're different, but we have different in other ways.
They put on banger after banger.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They had a great match at Elimination Chamber, dude. You got to give them that.
Look, that was fine. That was fine. Like, a great is a stretch. I'm not going to say great.
It was good, dude.
It was good.
They surprised me.
It was good.
They really did.
Good. It was fine. It wasn't egregious. I thought they were going to shit the bed more, and they didn't. It was good. I'm getting great is a stretch. Great is a stretch. Elizabeth, great point. One good match does not make a great tag. Does not a great tag team make? Agreed.
Well, Triple H thinks so.
Look, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Look, Eric Bischoff talks about how people in AEW look like, like Eddie Kingston looks like the plumber who comes and fixes his plumbing. And,
well, he does. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah. Like, these two guys look like they are so out of place. Like they look like they belong in NXT. Yeah.
In what way? Just because of their size or just by their work?
Both. Like,
you're saying they're bad workers?
I'm not saying they're bad workers. I'm just saying, like, for some reason, it doesn't connect with me, right? And I don't know if it's the look or the way they wrestle or whatever, but I just don't see it. There's an NXT group that has the same kind of catch thingy. Somebody said it earlier, and I forget when I was like, wait, what? With Drew Gulak? And, like, when did this become a thing? And this is retro. I agree with you.
Well, yeah, because they debuted him as Butch, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Right, but I mean, he was Pete Dunne in NXT. I think is what he's saying.
Right, he should have been Pete Dunne straight off the, from the start. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and look, big strong boy.
Mustache Mountain, Liz.
Strong boy. Big strong boy. Like,
he's got strong legs, okay?
Okay, whatever. So do I, but I'm not wrestling. Who cares? But look, I look more intimidating than that dude does. Obviously, because YouTube had to kick me off. So,
clearly,
I'm intimidating. I bet Tyler Bate hasn't been kicked off YouTube, so not nearly as intimidating at all. So anyway, New Catch Republic wins. I disagree with this, but it is what it is. This is what we have moving forward. So next week we should get Legado de Fantasma versus New Catch Republic to see who's going to be in the 6-pack challenge, I believe, from what I saw last night and I was able to figure it out. So we go to commercial break, and after that we come back to Bayley versus Dakota Kai with Damage Control. Again, another match. Mildly decent, but we've seen it before.
Yeah, I just didn't give a shit about this match again.
Yeah.
And Dakota Kai leading Damage Control just doesn't look right.
It's so weird.
Like they're fucking it up by doing that, man. Hopefully they turn on her.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Elizabeth, if Legado loses next week, I am going to come on here and lose my shit. I'm going to lose it.
Hey, by the way, she was at Dynamite too, Bayley. Just quietly.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the pictures of her up in the thing supporting Mercedes Moné.
Money. It's money.
American males. America.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
Play it. Here we go. Ready?
CEO, come on.
American males. 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 Yeah.
Anyway. That's hilarious.
But like, look, this match again, it was okay at best. We had all the distraction and everything, and then, okay, so they finally get caught from all the shenanigans that were going on throughout the match. So winner by disqualification is Bayley. And then Naomi comes out to help her out because Bayley's getting the beat down, and she has a kick, and she does that apron thingy where she grabs somebody, puts them between her legs, and then, like drops down. And, it's on the hardest part of the ring. Oh, my God. And then they all swarm her, and they beat her up and throw her out. And then Io hits a moonsault on Bayley, and Damage Control celebrating in the ring. With SmackDown going on, standing over Bayley's broken and bloody body from the beatdown she just received from Damage Control. And oh my God, who can stop Damage Control at this point, Jimmy? What can there ever be done? Oh my word, they're so powerful, Jimmy. What's going to happen?
If only the CEO could have stopped Damage Control. I mean, come on. Yeah, I think this has gone flat now, man. It's fallen on its backside. Do you care? I don't care at this point.
No, it was meant to be a redemption story to bring Bayley back to that babyface side of it. But the problem again is, once again, we're on a rinse and repeat cycle. So there's a lot like AJ and the problem is, Jimmy, and we're seeing this, right? Tonight, we saw a very good, continuation of the story of AJ and LA Knight. We agree. Good promo, to the point, whatever. Cody and Romans, they're doing a good job with that. Jimmy and Jay, I felt appropriate. Good storytelling continuing. Like all that point. Tag team matches, shit. Legado, Santos Escobar, Rey Mysterio, shit. I said about all the tag team stuff. Shit.
Orton,
Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, all that shit. Like we're seeing there's some really good things, and then there's some things that are just absolutely killing. Like, look, I mean, in this Dakota, Bayley, Damage Control, no. Like, granted, I get you planted seeds last week with Naomi and Bianca Belair, and then you had it this week and whatever, but like
the tag team shit to the turmoil, whatever the fuck it is.
Like, I mean, Jimmy, like the problem is we're seeing on one show. Dakota Kai will fart and then she'll have to be in the hospital for 6 weeks. But like That's the point. Is like we're seeing some good stuff go on, and in the same exact show, we don't have any Bobby Lashley, we don't have any Karrion Kross, we don't, and we do like boring jobs with Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar to announce next week when we've already announced like 2 or 3 matches for WreslteMania. Well, it's like
to be fair,
better. We know you can do better.
It's probably hard booking 2 nights of WreslteMania, dude, when you think about it.
I understand it. That means you have to have people on top of your storylines, and it's I don't know. Like, I don't know, Jimmy. Like, but that's where you need someone who's kind of looking over everything and assigning people to, like, okay, you writers, you're going to work with this group. You're going to work with these guys, especially coming into WreslteMania season, right? Like, we need these stories on point. We need them told. We need them. And then you come, all right, what do you got for this? Where are you looking at? Okay, cool. I like this idea, but let's maybe do this instead. Like, you give people ideas. You let them work on a storyline to get them from Elimination Chamber to WreslteMania. How do we tell the story without rinsing and repeating and blowing people out and not caring about this? How do we get people to tell this story?
And what do we do? Tiffy, man?
Yeah, no Tiffy last night either.
And she's red hot right now.
But where do you put her? Where do you put her?
That's a good question. Again, it's true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably pretty hard to actually book this shit.
I watched Mid-South. Look, I'm saying I watched Mid-South. It wasn't, yeah.
I watched bits and pieces, but I didn't really get it in my neck of the woods. I've got the best of Mid-South on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But I never got Mid-South in my neck of the woods.
Jimmy, would you like to handle Elizabeth's comment?
Tiffany can pound salt too. I mean, geez, she can. Yeah. She can. I don't want to say anything else, but she can definitely pound.
Do it. Say it.
I'm not going to say it. You say it, John.
Say what?
You know what? Don't play dumb. What is it, Liz? Actually, you say it. What does he want to say? What does he want to pound? Or what does he want? Wait, who sucks?
Tiffy. She's saying Tiffy
sucks. What though?
Oh.
You really think she sucks though? For real, Liz? I mean,
yes,
come on.
Liz is not a fan of women's wrestling in general, though. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I find that very interesting coming from a woman.
It was. I mean, Liz has her opinions, and she's right on most of them. So, she doesn't like female wrestling. I can understand it though too, because
I get it.
Look, that's a majority of women's wrestling. She says, I can't stand her. She's just blonde hair and tits. Like, let's be honest. A lot of women's wrestling is tits and ass. It's, I mean, you can wrestle Jimmy, how is Zelina Vega a wrestler?
Well, she's a wrestler.
Because
whether that's
tits and ass, Jimmy.
Hey, it's better that a female says that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Serena Deeb's on a whole different level, man. She's the only one that can go up against the Mercedes Moné, and even she will end up losing. I hate to say it.
Well, but I mean, let's be honest. Serena is a producer for women's wrestling for AEW. She's not really a talent anymore.
Well, she is technically. She's been on television lately.
Yeah, I know, but like they use her as to fill in match here or there. It doesn't ever go anywhere.
She was gone with a legit injury for a long time, dude.
Right, but she stayed producing women's wrestling, and I think that's the role that they have her in.
She was having epileptic fits, dude. I don't know if she was even staying in producing.
Well, you could
that's
still,
the type of injury.
You could still produce, even like Lance Storm produces. Look, Jimmy, let me give you a little insider here that I know about Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling, Gail King and Lance Storm, they produce and consult from their homes. They do it remotely. They're not there live. They're not live at all.
I don't know. That's Impact Wrestling though, man. So I don't know what AEW does.
You could still do that with Serena. She could be remote and do.
All I know is Serena. It was dead serious, bro. She was.
No, I understand that.
She's lucky to be alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and I get that, but it doesn't mean she can't. She still can't use her mind and still produce and do it remotely. Yeah.
I don't know, man, but she's one of their best. Period in AEW. So if you don't utilize her, there's something wrong.
Right, but obviously she has physical limitations and things that keep her from it.
She's fine now. She's fine now. Yeah, she's cool. She's back in the ring.
Right, but what I'm saying is, she obviously also has a talent that, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. She's right. It's not technically Serena Deeb. It's the one from the Beautiful People originally, man. The third one.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Bully Ray.
The one that's married. No, not Velvet Sky. Not Velvet Sky. The one that's married to Josh Matthews. Come on, it's on the tip of my head. I can't fucking. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. No, not Angelina Love.
No.
The one that's married to Matthews, man.
Oh, I see. She had a cup of coffee in WWE too. I can see
Madison Rain. That's the one.
Yes. Yeah. Her name
Madison Rain.
Like a porn star. That's right, Madison Rain.
That's the one.
Anyway.
She's the one that's producing for AEW.
Yeah. We know you just said it. We repeated.
I highlighted it. You fuck. I highlighted your comment.
Calm down. Ban him, Jimmy. Ban him. No. Okay.
I don't know why, man, but when we're live, dude, everything like the most simplest things, they're on the top of my head, and I don't know why that happens, man. But when we're off, it's like I wouldn't forget this shit.
Because we're processing other things, and it's not at the forefront.
But the thing is, we know the name. It's like I know the name. Just say it, then bang. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It annoys me, man. It happens to me a lot.
So it's fine. But it is what it is. But I don't know. But let's look at Impact. Look at their women's wrestling division. Their wrestling division is pretty. I mean, they put on some really good matches. Is it the fact that there's too many women in WWE and they're not able to concentrate and put talent out there? And I don't know, Jimmy. WWE. It's time to script the show, Jimmy.
Yeah. You're probably right.
No. We're gonna call it in the ring.
No, but you know what? No. But he's right in terms of no. But then again, we don't know. How are we supposed to know we're going to mention Madison Rain for crying out loud?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's why it can't be scripted.
Yeah, we're gonna call it in the ring, Zane. We're professionals. Ish.
Trust me, man. When you're live, you forget the most. Dude, I'll forget Ric Flair, for example.
Woo!
It happens, man. But I knew the minute Liz said it, I knew who she was talking about.
Mm-hmm. I
just needed someone to say it. And I would have been like, bang, that's it. That's the name.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I don't know, Jimmy. But it feels like there's not an equal distribution of resources, and there's not writers who are following wrestlers telling a story. There's probably we know Paul Heyman's involved with the Bloodline storyline, so there's someone monitoring and
right now it's Gerwitz and The Rock pretty much doing that.
And Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman is also involved with that, right? So
supposedly
they're monitoring all that, but why not have that for every storyline, right? I mean, whoever's doing the AJ LA Knight thing is doing a great job, right?
Yeah, but keep in mind they also do great stuff even with chickens, shit basically served to
right.
I mean, what did LA Knight and AJ really do? AJ just said nothing, hit him with a chair. LA Knight is great at promos. So
right.
But
what I mean? that was the appropriate response of
right.
AJ becoming this guy who's popping up out of nowhere to terrorize and antagonize LA Knight. Right? I mean, LA Knight is oh, you're not here. You can't even make the drive to SmackDown. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And then here comes AJ.
And that's what everyone was saying online. Yeah. People saying, well, he came all the way to Australia, but,
right.
We're saying that too.
And that's the joke. And that's the great thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's going to pop up and then attack. He's terrorizing LA Knight essentially. Yeah, and look, that's what I said earlier, Elizabeth. It was we don't need a 20-minute segment in the ring, and like I said, with The Rock, it felt a little too long. It felt a little rambly.
That's what this show was all about, man. It was just mainly about The Rock.
It was, and then like we said, everything else was decent, but didn't matter. Decent, but didn't matter. That was the theme of the show, Jimmy. Unfortunately, except for the AJ Styles stuff, I think that was about the only thing. Yeah,
I agree.
And then like Retro Rocket said, when Sunday Night Heat was the pre-show for WWE pay-per-views, So
True.
Anyway, Jimmy, let's do our customary rating for the show. Oh wow, you're like really going into the music. Okay.
Well, since we're giving out a grades, I guess we're close to the end, right?
I guess so. All right, fine. That's right. I got shit to do today, so.
If we're not, I mean, we are going 2.5 hours. But if I had to give it a letter grade, it'd probably be a C minus.
C minus.
But see, the only things I did like was the Rock segment, and LA Knight and AJ Styles. Everything else could go to hell, pretty much.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to go C minus. I mean, I'm very borderline D because even though I liked the Rock segment, I felt it was a little too long and rambling. But it was probably the more entertaining thing, so that's why it keeps it at a C minus barely. Like, barely. AJ,
if The Rock wasn't on there, dude, it would have been an E for me. But continue. Sorry.
Yeah. LA Knight versus AJ, and then I like the Paul Heyman, and and then Jimmy responding to Jay. I like those things. Again, not very long, entertaining, to the point. Great, good job. Everything else, decent but forgettable, and that's not how you want a show to happen. So C minus. I'm seeing Retro Rocket says C minus. Lab Rat says C minus. And we appreciate you guys ringing on that. So Retro said he liked all the talking and character segments, but the matches were meh. Look, there were a couple of the talking segments that I wasn't necessarily a fan of. I didn't like the Dakota Kai talking segment. That was whatever.
Sucks, bro.
Yeah, Medium 5 says C plus. And Elizabeth says C minus. It's not a Road to WreslteMania show for me. I kind of agree with you, Liz. I can't disagree with that. Zane gives it an X plus because Zane lives the gimmick. Good job, Zane. The
master and ruler of the world. Happy birthday, bud, by the way, for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. On St. Patty's Day. Not Patty, P-A-T-T-Y. Patty, P-A-D-D-Y.
And how old are you turning, Zane? Just quietly. Asking for a friend.
Ooh, Jimmy.
He won't tell me, but...
The Rock music segment should have been another week. Well, look, Medium 5, it saved the show. Let's be honest. And it was in Memphis. It made sense. It's where The Rock started. Memphis is known for blues and singing and everything along those lines. Total Velvet. As Rock said,
and he's home. I hate how he's saying, I'm home. Look,
I know. It was his start, but not his home. I get that.
Right.
He says he's younger than you, pal.
Yeah, what's younger than me? By how much? Come on. Have the balls to tell me, Zane. You know my age.
I'm 45. Yeah,
I'm not 45, thank God.
What are you?
But I'm 41.
Are you a woman, Zane? You're scared to talk about your age?
He's a pussy, straight up. Oh, I said it, Zane. I called you out.
Jimmy just got us kicked off YouTube for bullying. Oh my God.
Don't say that. Yeah, but that's you, Mikey. We know your age.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Look,
Zane, he's on the low.
He's on the low. I don't know, Media M5. I might have somebody in the chat who's older.
Who?
I'm not going to say.
Someone in the chat, you said?
Yeah.
That's older than all of us? Retro, that's who it is. He's the old. He's in his 50s.
I'm not saying.
What? I gotta look at this. It's not Liz. Can't be Liz. Don't you dare say Liz. Is it really Liz?
I didn't say anything. I said I'm not telling you shit.
Yeah, Retro is the oldest. Exactly. Liz, you're not older than all of us. You're like our age, aren't you?
I'm not
just
saying
quietly.
shit. Just quietly.
We'll see.
You know, on a public broadcast. Yeah, like, you know.
He is the eldest. I guarantee it. If there's someone older, I can't figure it out. Oh, Aaron. No, he's my age, man. Aaron's my age. It's not Aaron.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is it? Now I want to know, dude.
I am old 42.
Wait,
Look,
who's 42?
Aaron, he said.
Oh, yeah, but you're all right, man. But now I want to know who the...
Jimmy calls him out to being old.
Damn.
You called Aaron out being old, and he's like, I'm old 42. I'm 42, but like 97. Oh, my God. And Labrat says, Golden Girls talk, we old. And Liz will never tell. Unless you're very,
you
very
said
kind.
this before. I could have sworn you...
Who, me? No.
No, Liz. Come on, Liz. You got to be in your early 40s.
I'm
100%.
secretly an idiot shook with my yarn. Look, she has old lady tendencies, okay? I will tell... Look,
yeah, you got a bingo girl, so...
Yeah, and...
you got to be... Right.
Crocheting and, like... Get her hair did and her nails did and all that, you know. Yeah. So...
Sonic's got to be around, like, either just a little bit younger or around my age.
Yeah, I would say late 30s for Sonic. If I'm
right. Somewhere along those lines.
This is fun playing guest again. Liz is 4 blankets short of being a cat lady. Ah! Look, that's medium 5. I did not say that, Liz. I don't need no witch spells put on me.
Oh, no.
I do my cozy Switch games. Nice. Nice.
Oh, that's good to know that you play Switch games. Definitely an older chick then.
Yeah, see, look, I was just repeating what Medium 5 said, so put the curse on him. Yeah, exactly. Cats are the worst. Cats are of the devil. Dogs are where it's at. So,
I agree.
You know, Liz is in her 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron.
I wish I was in my 20s.
Aaron throwing that Riz out
You're being
there.
too nice now, Aaron.
Aaron's throwing that Riz out there.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jimmy, I think we've kind of deteriorated to a bunch of nothingness, which has been fun, though. Guessing ages of our listeners.
You still haven't told me. Are they still in the group?
Yeah. But I'm
the chat?
not telling you. I'm not telling you.
You better
shit.
tell me.
I'm not telling you shit.
Man. Now I want to know. I need to know this.
You're just gonna have to deal. So, anyway. But Jimmy, I guess this is where we would need to let's go ahead and dismount from this show, from our pirate broadcast of this week's Smack Attack. Whatever. I'll be a year older in a little over a week. Oh, well then so in a little over a week, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll wish you a happy birthday next week anyway, but yeah.
Remind us anyway and we'll do it. And may you get eaten out. May you eat out for your birthday.
What'd you say before that? Did I hear what I thought I heard? Hey, that's not me. That's him. Just quietly.
What?
Right.
What?
Yeah, just saying. Look, even Zane was like, wow. I mean, god damn it, pal.
Look, sometimes you gotta keep people on their toes. You gotta love it.
On behalf of us, sorry, Liz. Just saying. Jesus Christ. I know. The fuck, John.
Well,
Oh boy, NDAs indeed. Yeah,
because look, Media M5, I'm covert about that shit. Like
too much.
I'm not
too much.
Like, yeah,
too much sweeping the leg. That's what's going on. But anyway.
Yeah. All right, so Jimmy, where can we tell the people where they can hear your love, where they can find you on the internet, please?
No, but not what John said. But you can find me. I can't even know anymore. But on the Twitter, right here. at DJ Mass Effects and also at the PWC network. Like and subscribe right here at channelattitude.com with $5. Not only do you get the best and realest talk, but the greatest talk in all of wrestling. See, it's fucking me up now, John. I can't even get my shit right. And when usually I never fuck it up. But anyway, also like and subscribe right here at the PWC network.podbean.com, where we're live right now, but we'll be live once again next week on Humming Media Group. John's been a bad boy lately. I mean, not just tonight, but last week for getting us off HMG. But we'll be back next week, 100%.
Freezing!
And the Humming Media Group.podbean.com for all our other shows. And that's about it, John. Stop it, Zane. Stop. We're trying to end the damn show. And here you are talking about cliffhangers. Yeah. For anyone you knew what cliffy means in Greek, it'll be even funnier. Do you know what that means? Glyphy? John? Do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
Licking.
Okay.
Just saying. True.
That's nice. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, you can always find me on the internets as this guy right here, JReezyMan, on the TikToks, the Twitter, the Instagrams, and of course, you can find me on Facebook at John Enright if you want to as well. Go 3 hours for you. No.
Oh, God.
We are ending it now. I have things to do.
Last week, we went 3.5 hours for crying out loud. That was a freaking record for me.
Yes.
100%.
And I have a wedding to prepare for, so.
And I want to have a shower just quietly, man.
Well, I need to shower too, so I have to get ready because I gymmed and everything, and then it's time to get my pump on.
It's too hot in here, man.
Look it up. But thank you all for being here. Of course, you can find me at JReezyMan on all the internets. You can find me here every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. with my lovely criminal co-host, Jimmy T from the PWC. And of course, you can find me. There's talk. Look, Jimmy.
Yes.
There might be a live academy in July because Minoru Suzuki is going to Immortal Wrestling. And guess who might have to go to New York to meet Triple D and maybe hang with Minoru Suzuki because Triple D has that Riz. He has that pull.
He does. Look. He has that pull.
He is Greek.
I love you, man. Exactly. Hello, Dimitri.
Yeah. So look, July trip may be happening to go see Minoru Suzuki and say,
awesome, man,
and walk up to him and say, "I speak little English, but fuck you."
If you say that, man, that will pop me. And if you get that on video, you got to do it. For me, I speak little English. Fuck you.
Fuck you. No. No, I value my life too much.
You got to say English, but.
No, that's not what he said. He said, I speak little English, but.
So he pronounced it well, too.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he had Lance there coaching him. But yeah. So anyway, you could. So maybe we'll start having some academies coming back soon as Triple D is getting back into it. But you can always find us here every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. on the Humming Media Group YouTube channel and on Channel Attitude during the week, $5 a month. You can check out all the great shows. You have the Monday Locker Room, the Wednesday Locker Room, the Friday Locker Room. You have the Snack Attack. You have Light the Fuse. You have the Impact Attack. You have, I feel like I'm forgetting something else.
Uncaged, first of all, John.
Uncaged, oh yeah.
And also,
I'm saving that for last, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for last. Okay, come on, let me get there. And of course, the jewel of everything going on with Humming Media Group. Every Saturday, after Saturday morning at 10 a.m., Sunday morning at 10 a.m., that follows the collision from Saturday night. Jimmy T and the Vet shift through
the wreckage.
Yay! So make sure you tune in for that as well. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. Thank you to Zane, to Media, to Labrat, to Elizabeth, to Aaron Ben Shlomo, Retro Rocket. Chris Winland was in the chat earlier. I saw that. I think Jay Hall was here earlier. Good to see you, Jay Hall. Let me scroll up here for a bit and see if I missed anybody. Sonic the Hedgehog, as always. Todd Brantley. Hameen Media into the PWC made it. Oh, very cool.
They did?
Yeah, they did. That was wild.
Who are they?
Gam Wolfers was here. That's right, my dude. Gam Wolfers. I feel like there's somebody else. I got Chris Winland. The Gimmer. I got them. I feel like there's somebody I'm missing. Oh, Homeboy 88 and Arzol were here as well. So yeah, I think that's everybody who here. And those of you who weren't, who were creepers.
Yeah, the creepers.
Step in and say hi. Nice. Look, and she's throwing out. Yeah, I'm gonna crochet in my jammies. Like
crochet. Ooh.
Yeah, in jammies though. Why you gotta throw out? Why you gotta throw out you in your jammies, huh?
Yeah, that just tells your age even more now, Liz. Just quietly.
No, it's more like trying to throw the seductiveness out there. Like,
no,
I'm in my
with the jammies.
Mm.
Come on.
I'm that not wearing real clothes. I'm in my jammies.
Anyway, no comment from me about that.
Yeah, because D would
shit.
And jammy, because D would kick the shit out of you.
She was listening. Thank God she's out the room.
All right, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here as always. And until next week, we will talk to you again. And until then, peace.
A peace.
You can't check me, gonna make me. This is the takedown. This is the takedown. This is the takedown. This is the takedown. Sweep the leg. Hey. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. High tech. Defense mechanism, crane kick. I'm a lethal weapon sensei. Dojo, black belt. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You can't stop me, you can't drop me, you can't block me. You can't break me, you can't check me. Gonna make me. This is the takedown. This is the takedown. This is the takedown.